Hey, everybody, welcome in. It is so great to see you. It is another Tuesday night with the Hitchhiking Bones. We're so glad that you're taking a little time to spend some time with us because it's a very, very special evening. We're celebrating 6 years on YouTube. Um, hang on, guys. That's on me. Um, hopefully we'll have some friends pop in. We already have somebody backstage who's popped in to help us celebrate this little milestone for our channel. 6 years ago, October the 8th, actually, is our actual anniversary. I started the channel then, and we're just going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to visit with some friends, and William should be along shortly. He is finishing up some much needed work that he needs to get done. But let me go through in the chat and check. Okay, Mandy always has a good question. Mandy, we don't have a whole lot of trick-or-treaters in our neighborhood. We usually have the most we ever had one year was about 50. So it's good to see you though, Mandy. Brian is here in the chat. Tina, hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Let's see, Miss Najuma, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, William will be along shortly. He has a job, so priorities there, Brian. But it's good to see everybody. Thanks for popping in. Susan and Joy, hey to you guys. It's a good evening. And preparing for the show, I thought a lot about the last 6 years and where we started with the show versus where we are now, and it's really been each year brings us new adventures, new things to do. Oh, Pam, I was hoping you'd be here. Hey, good to see you. Yes, exactly, Tina. He does have about 3 jobs. He does. It's for sure. Pam, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. 6 years is a decent time to be on YouTube, Brian. Again, William will be in shortly. I appreciate you all being here just to spend a little time with us. I do have a cake that we're gonna light the candle on that a little bit later. So I do have that. But Pam, Pam, I was thinking about you, and I'm thinking I needed to send you a card or something. It's so great to see you. Always good to see you, Tina. Thanks for being here, all. We are getting really close to Halloween. We are 17 days out from Halloween, and we're 72 days from Christmas, which doesn't even seem possible to me. But we're already to the end of the year, already to the fall of the year, and I love this time of year. By the time we get to November, and November has always been kind of my favorite month because so many things happen in November that I love. But by the time we get to November, then the year just flies. So I know, Pam, right? I said 17 days to Halloween. I meant 17 days to Pam's birthday, y'all. 17 days to Pam's birthday. So, we're looking forward to the holidays. It's been a little cooler here recently, which is nice. It's been warm still, but not swelteringly warm, with less humidity. And I know Florida has cooled off a little bit. Dean the turkey legster, and Dean will probably be in, pretty quick. Dean was at Magic Kingdom, and he did a morning live stream, and then he came back again and did an afternoon live stream. So 2 live streams for Dean the turkey legster today. Hey, hon.
Hello.
Welcome in. So check those out by all means. Good to see you. Good to see you. Are you free and clear?
Yep. Got my class wrapped up yesterday, and
Okay, yesterday. Okay.
Got grade submitted yesterday.
Cool.
So
Okay, Pam said her daughter is getting married in November. So
that's wonderful.
so
Congratulations.
that is some good stuff going on there, Pam. Pam, I've been thinking about you all day. Just thinking I needed to reach out to you, and it's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I was just welcoming everybody in, and talking a little bit about the fact that we are 17 days from Halloween.
Yeah.
There's Jeff. Thanks, hon.
Hey, Dad.
I appreciate it. Yeah, is Jillian going to be able to come in for a few minutes tonight? She'll just
don't
pop
know.
in to say hi.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought maybe she might just kind of pop in to say hello. But at any rate, we're just glad to have everybody here. It's again, as I was preparing for the show, I was thinking about just the 6 years and all of the things that we've done in the last six years, and how starting the YouTube channel really has just brought so much joy to our lives. And the videos that we've created are there. The milestones, the work, mostly the friends, but it's just been absolutely, Jeff. So, thank you for all of your support. Absolutely. We just have been very blessed, and we appreciate. We're going to talk about a few of those milestones, but we do have a guest in the green room. So let me go ahead and bring him in. Hopefully, we'll have a few people pop in tonight that we can talk. 1,046, 460 something subscribers, I think, Tina. Yeah. So we're very grateful for everybody who has subscribed, and who y'all who come in and just spend a little time with us on Tuesday nights, because we really do enjoy it. We look forward to it. We've been relatively few times that we've had to cancel the show in an entire 6 years. So it's been a ton of fun. But I did want to. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll bring our guest in. Jonathan Chunk's birthday is this week, and we did a preliminary happy birthday for him last week. But we're gonna do an official blast on the train whistle for.
I wanted to say Brian. Brian Eisenhart. I think his birthday is also on. I think it's on Thursday.
Could be.
That seems to ring a bell. It could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll check on that. We sure will. Okay. So for Jonathan and possibly Brian, we'll see. Loud noise warning in 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, Tina. Jonathan,
happy birthday.
Jonathan has been sending us pictures. Yeah, happy birthday. Jonathan has been sending us pictures from his travels. Oh my goodness. I have so enjoyed all of those. So, Jonathan, we will see you when you get back, and keep those pictures coming by all means. Yeah, for sure. He's just had some amazing travel. So we're enjoying traveling vicariously through Jonathan, for sure. Jonathan. Okay, Brian. Okay. There you go. Brian says, is okay. Well, I think that we're going to have to do another blast on the train whistle, because Brian is here.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, welcome in.
Hey, Don. Hey, Will.
Yeah, welcome in. Thanks for being here.
Okay, before we do anything, I have to do another blast for your birthday, Brian. That is so awesome. Okay, here we go. This is Brian. Happy birthday. I hope you have a fantastic week. And just as a tip, I have kind of started celebrating my birthday for the whole month. So, that's feel free to steal that idea if you want to. Just celebrate the whole month. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
All right. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy early birthday there, Brian.
In. It's so good to see you. Thanks for coming in. What is going on with you?
Oh, not a lot. I've been helping my brother at his motorcycle dealership up here. Love the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
although
cool.
I do miss being able to go to Disneyland whenever I want.
Yeah. Because you were pretty close, weren't you, Brian? And you went.
Oh,
you were
yeah.
able to
Just
go
a 3-hour flight away.
Yeah, that's true.
Before I was 3 miles away.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just got to jump on a plane. See, we're like, in Texas, we're like right in the middle. Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So we always kind of end up, favoring Disney World and kind of consider that our home park, just because that's where, it's closer to Tennessee where Jeff and I grew up, and so we've been there more often. But for sure,
Tennessee is definitely a place I'd love to visit.
Yeah,
you would love it.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's Jeff and I are from the Cumberland Plateau, and so we're hillbillies, and it is truly one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, where we grew up. Streams, lakes, mountain breezes, hiking trails everywhere. The mountain laurel, and our mountain is just beautiful. My mother used to refer to it as the garden spot of the world. So, definitely travel in Tennessee. It's so worth your time. And Jeff and I are thinking about going to Dollywood this year, or in 2026. We're probably going to make a trip to the Smokies. So
Dollywood is definitely a park I'd love to see.
Dollywood was voted the #1 park in the United States this year, even ahead of all the Disney parks. And
I'm honestly not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. And we need to go and live stream at Dollywood and do that. I've never been. I think that Adam has been. Hasn't Adam been?
I'm not sure.
I think Adam went to Dollywood with some friends. So, and Stephen may have. I'm trying to think, but anyway, for some, we've been in Texas for a long time. So, but it's good to see you, Brian. Thanks so much for
Hey, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, for hopping in. We appreciate it. It's just good to catch up. It really is. William, let's just talk a little bit, for just a second here. I kind of put together a little, just a little quick montage of, some of the high points of just, things that we've done. 10/8/2019, I posted our first video on our YouTube channel, and you can still go back and look at it. It's still there, and it's still probably one of my favorites. And it was we were riding to Walt's fire truck to Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland. And it's the very first, it was, Brian, I was telling you that that my husband's first trip to Disneyland was in 2019. And it was from that trip. It was not long after we went to Disneyland, and we were there for the opening of Galaxy's Edge, that I started the YouTube channel. So that's the very first video on our channel. And it's interesting because, especially with our Hitchhiker chats, William, it's easy to, we have gotten better at this.
Yeah.
I hope we've gotten better at it. we have improved a lot. There's a learning curve. Did you find that to be the case, Brian?
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah.
When I started Brian's West Coast Disney Adventure, I got into it because I was seeing how successful Mouse Talk was, and I was seeing other channels, and really what got me into wanting to stream was being on one of Kelly's weekend streams when she was doing the Disneylanders guides. James invited me to be on, and I was like, why would anybody want to see my ugly mug? But I said, sure, why not? And I
Yeah.
had so much fun. It was so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It is fun. It is fun.
And
And
you meet a lot of really nice people in the community.
Yeah.
I know Jeff Bates, he said that some of his best friends he didn't know before he started his YouTube channel.
Hmm.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I think about that, Brian, sometimes, and I think, that was totally not on my radar when I started the YouTube channel. I hadn't even thought of that aspect of it necessarily. Even though I had I was going into Resort TV One. Josh and Jenna have been inspiration for a lot of us. I was going into Resort TV One's live streams a lot, and so I was getting to know people, recognizing names, people that they're regulars. And I think I started watching Josh and Jenna when they were at about 25,000 viewers, maybe. And of course, they've just shot the moon now. I'm not even sure how many they have. They're well over 200,000. But Pam, exactly. So many great, thank you. Memories with you guys. So proud and excited for you all. Well, it's Foxglove Fairy. Hi, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Appreciate you for popping in.
The RTV1's 210,000 subs.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew they were over I knew they were over 200,000. It was such a thrill for them when they hit 100,000. That's the silver. That's when you get the plaque from YouTube and all the things. So and they have done so well, and and really in our YouTube community they I would say inspired the majority of the people that we know. And including us. So, but it's just, mainly, William and I mainly we talked about it, William, we started the channel, as a way to document our trips and our families, our family's adventures. I've said this before, it's like a video scrapbook.
Yeah.
For me. And I love that about it. But this past, just last month, we passed 950 uploads. So in 6 years, we've uploaded over 950 videos, shorts,
live streams,
Hitchhiker chats.
Yeah.
So it's live streams, lots and lots of live streams in the park. I was just noticing, William, our playlist of live streams from Walt Disney World. There are a lot of live streams on there. It's just fun, it's tons of fun. Brian, how else would we have met? The odds of us meeting, you and all the great people who are in chat are, I'm not saying we would never have run across you, but YouTube brought a lot of us together. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And I have to say that Josh and Jenna from Resort TV One, they have influenced dozens and dozens of streamers because they were the first ones to go in the parks with their cameras facing forward rather than facing themselves.
Mm.
Right.
And
Right.
now that's the way you see the vast majority of streamers streaming is
That's a
cameras
good
out
point.
rather than
That's a good point.
the big old selfie thing.
Uh-huh.
Right. Right. That's true, Brian. That's very true. And when and when I've run across somebody who has the camera, facing towards them, I'm thinking, just turn the camera around. I don't want to see you. I want to see the park. I mean,
Exactly.
it's hard to
Exactly.
watch that anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and when we're live streaming, we usually try to reverse the camera and say hello or
Yeah.
what have you, especially when we're signing off but people want to see the park. They don't want to see us, So,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Totally.
that's a good point, Brian. I hadn't thought about that. That's true. Because up until that point, most people did do the selfie. They held, they did the, held it. So you could see them.
That's why Disney had to ban selfie sticks, because so many people were, oh yeah, just show my ugly mug and not these beautiful attractions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, so 10/8/2019 was when I created the channel and posted that first video. July of 2020, if any of us want to even remember that year, we hit 100 subscribers in 2020. And I'll tell you, I put that milestone in there because that first 100 is hard.
Yeah.
That first 100 is hard. Shout out to Mike Wheeler. He was our 100th ghost. He likes to shout out, to take credit for being our 100th ghost. But that first 100 subs is tough.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when we hit that. And then 500 subscribers came in March of 2021. Then in January of 2022, something very, very special happened. Pete McDevitt and company do a Disney YouTubers recognition series, and we were recognized in the Marvel class, and we were awarded the title Doctor Strange is our character, and we are number 86 and 87 in the YouTube recognition series, and that has been just a really cool honor for us. I still really treasure our buttons, and on occasion I go back and watch that show just for fun, because to me it's an honor to be included in that class, especially under 100. There's something kind of cool. But so many amazing YouTubers have been, and a lot of people who don't have channels but are such great supporters of our Disney YouTube community have been recognized. So that's kind of stands out in my memory. Pam says she started watching Tim Tracker first, where he meets World Resort TV. A lot of people, Pam did, isn't that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I started watching Tim Tracker early on too, and and what got me into the streaming was actually from Walt and Melissa from Mouse Talk.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Were you watching Walt and Melissa while they were still doing home streams?
I was actually watching them before they were doing home streams, before they got into streaming. I found their channel because I was doing some research on a solo trip to Walt Disney World. And I knew that Magic Kingdom and Disneyland were similar, but I was like nervous, and going out there all by myself, I'd be like, okay, what are the differences between Magic Kingdom and Disneyland? So I was looking for a land overview of Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And so I searched that out in YouTube, and I found Walt and Melissa's podcast style videos where they were discussing each individual land, going from Adventureland all the way through to Tomorrowland, and then they did Main Street additionally. And I was like, okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. This is what I was
Yes.
looking for.
Yeah.
And then I started watching his little videos that he would do on Thursdays, that 3 for Thursday, and I'm like just sitting there watching, not really commenting or anything, because I'm like, okay, who's going to acknowledge me? Like, whatever, right? So I finally decided, okay, I'll leave a comment on a video. And it was top
Right.
3 most underrated attractions that I left a comment on. And the next week, he acknowledged my comment. He was like, read that one on live. I'm like, what? That was my. So I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, I mean, these guys seemed really, really genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Walt and Melissa started streaming, doing the home streams from Baltimore.
Mhm.
And then when they
Midday.
moved down to Florida, I continued watching them then. I mean, I started following them when they were down around 200 subscribers.
Jason?
And now look where they're at.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
27,000.
Yeah, they really we had so many of our friends who actually moved to to Walt Disney World, like I'd say from 2020 on.
Mhm.
Mouse Talk, Walt and Melissa, Jeff and Angela from Dis Our Dream. We had Myers and the Mouse. They moved to Walt Disney World. Russ, What in the World with Russ, moved down there. So we had several. Oh, and Disney Nerd Herders, Charlie and Stacy moved down there. So many of these people that I watched, from do the home streams, started out watching do the home streams. Eventually, they all just kind of moved down there. Oh, the Doofleys moved down there. So that's like 5 couples that that we started watching out.
Dave said Steve's World, Living the Magic.
There you go.
Live in the Magic, yeah.
Live in the Magic. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that moved down to Florida. I mean,
Yes.
it's great.
It is. Yeah, it is. So, and it's and all of them, once they moved and they were able to live stream from the parks, their channels just blew up. So
Oh yeah.
So I'm really we're moderators for several of those channels and very happy to do that. We're really Jeff and Angela, Myers and the Mouse, Ivone and Kelly. We just are so excited, about their success, and they do such a good job with it. So, so it's like when I go to Florida, it's like, gosh, there's so many people that I want to see, and spend time with. So, it's just tons of fun. It's just totally changed our park experience.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I wouldn't have had nearly as good a time at Walt Disney World if I hadn't have talked to you, Will, during a live stream here. You were giving me all kinds of great advice on what to do in the parks, and it was great. Like we used about 99% of it.
Good. I'm glad. And that was part of the reason we had started the channel in the first place. That's true. Outside of just capturing family memories too, but we talked to so many people. People would ask, or they'd mention, "Oh, I'm going to Disney," or and then we'd be like, "All right," knowledge dump.
Right.
I mean, there's just so, especially today, there's so many moving pieces, and so they're tweaking stuff here and there all the time. So I mean, even if you track it like we do, it's hard to keep up with.
Ever since we went, I'm constantly recommending, if you've never been to Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge, that is a stellar restaurant to go to.
Yeah.
It's probably the best restaurant we ate at the entire trip we were there. And that was the first night we were there. So, I mean, and we were there at night when it was dark out. So we weren't even seeing the animals. This is just the food we're basing this on. So having those little bits of advice that you can pass on to other people.
Right.
and influence their trips is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's true, and yeah, that was a huge Dave. I would wonder how many of us plan to retire to Disney. It's so true.
Yeah.
And Pam said when the universe gives her 5 million, she'll make the move. Pam,
Yeah.
you may actually need that much if they keep
Oh
going
yeah.
on prizes.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. Dave thinks we should all get apartments on the old
Yeah.
Vista Way. I think, and we should go on the road.
My
Right?
plan has always been to continue working, and then when the boys go to college, I'll go be a college professor at their school, and help them get discount on tuition, and through that way, and then when they're done with school, move on down to Walt Disney World and work for the mouse and in retirement.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic plan. But yeah,
a lot of people at Disneyland are retired and work for the mouse at Disneyland primarily to get that main entrance pass so they can bring their
Exactly.
grandkids to the parks.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So that's always been my plan.
Well, you would have done. I mean, we had you not been so busy, with the football team and your studies and so many things that you were involved in college. You would have done a college program.
Oh, no doubt. And I had a couple friends that did it. That I went to school with and went to church camp with. And I think I still know a couple that are there, that still live there today. And they work in I think they work through companies that they contract the entertainment out to. So,
right.
But anyway, yeah, I definitely I'd have given it a shot had I not had such a good gig working for the football team.
Yeah. Well, it was a good gig, and again, it's we can't do everything, and it was just not possible, with your job, and that was a blessing, for your college years, for sure. So, later on, goals. We all need goals.
It'll still be there.
It will. It will. Yeah. So we let's see. Just a couple of other quick, milestones. We hit 1,000 subscribers, y'all. That day kind of stands out in my memory, because I was live streaming in the Magic Kingdom, and we were pretty close, but I'd say when I started live streaming, we might have been, I don't know, was it 50? We were like at 950 or something. We had a good bit to go, and I did not expect I expected maybe to hit 1,000 at some point during my trip, but not that particular day. It was November the 8th, and William, you were with me that trip, but
what had happened was we came back, because the 8th is Wyatt's birthday. And so we had come back that day. And so it was, you were at Magic Kingdom. The rest of us, I remember where we were when we hit 1,000. We were eating at tamales, there in town. And, that's where the rest of us were. That's where Dad, Wyatt, me and Jillian was eating at tamales with, and then, I think some phone had blown up or something and said, "Oh, you'll hit 1,000." So I hopped on and looked at it. It was really neat. I feel like you were over. I thought you were over about to ride Rise or something around that time, like in the stream. I don't know if you're in line for Rise but for some reason that kind of sticks out to me a little bit in my mind.
I was in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you were. Maybe I just remember you talking about hitting it. After that.
Yeah, I was in a Magic Kingdom, and I had been live streaming for a while. But some of Mike Wheeler and Stacy and were they were working with some of our community friends who were streaming Florida Park Explorers. Shout out to Florida Park Explorers because they do their shoppers, their Disney shoppers for you. So check them out by all means. If somebody wants to drop Florida Park Explorers link in the in the chat, that would be fantastic because they're personal shoppers and they do such a fantastic job. Well, they were live, and so Mikey, who's a mod for both channels, went over and said, "Hey, is it okay? Would y'all shout out my friends? They're really close to 1,000 subs." And so they did. It was so sweet of them, to do that. And I started having, a lot of people come in, and it was from their channel. And they subbed and pushed us over. But I had been live streaming for like a couple of hours, I think. And I was gonna sign off, and like Mikey and Tina in the chat were going, "No, don't sign off yet, don't." So I said, "Okay," because he knew, he said, "You're really close to 1,000." Mikey's always our he keeps us on track. And so he was saying, no. He even sent me text and said, "Do not sign off. Keep going." So I did. And that live stream turned out to be, I think it's still the longest live stream we have on the channel. It's at least 4 hours. It may be 5.
Yeah.
But I kept, right, Tina, right? Y'all were like dying in the chat going, "No, don't sign off yet. Don't sign off. You've got some momentum here, keep going." And lo and behold, we hit it. It was just so much fun to hit it live streaming from Magic Kingdom. I will never forget that day. That was so exciting. I went and, I had a celebratory Dole Whip, and, it was just a ton of fun. It really was. So that live stream is on our channel. And I think I have like in the corner, I put 1,000, I put a 1,000 with, like fireworks or something behind it. But that's the live stream when we hit it. And that day, really stands out to me. The first time that I ever rode Guardians also kind of stands out to me. Because let's see, was it on my birthday? I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this is a high class problem when you can't remember. You've taken so many trips that you can't remember what you were doing. The first time I ever rode Guardians of the Galaxy, it was when you still had to get the virtual queue, and I had not gotten it that morning. William, you were not with me, or I would have had it in the morning. But I had gone to the Brown Derby to have lunch, to have one of those fantastic hamburgers that they don't have anymore. It's like a Wagyu hamburger. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And I was sitting there, and 1 o'clock was coming up. And remember, if you didn't get the virtual queue in the morning, you could try again at 1 p.m. And so I tried, sitting right there at the Brown Derby, and I got a kind of a high boarding group. And when you get that high in the afternoon, there's no guarantee that you'd actually get to ride before you turn into a pumpkin. So I was kind of waiting, and Mikey was watching the boarding groups for me, bless his heart, and I was able to ride. I was actually able to to ride it for the first time when I was live streaming. So that's another one that kind of sticks out in my mind as being just a great day. William, are there any that kind of come to mind? Any things that we've done that come to mind for you?
I mean, it's several things. I can remember the first person that we met in real life was James Ryan. Me and Jillian took a trip. It was I think September of 2020, and we met him there in Adventureland. We had just come off of Jungle Cruise and walked up and uh, talked to him, and just kind of enjoy conversing. Did introductions and everything, and then went and rode Pirates.
Yeah.
But just had a really good time. It was great to meet him. Yeah. We miss him, Tina.
Really miss him, especially this
Yeah,
time. of year.
James was the best.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Were you able to meet James in person, Brian?
I was. I had arranged a day with Kelly and her kids
Yeah.
to go to Knott's Berry Farm. I managed to get a bunch of tickets from a friend of mine that works there. And so I asked her ahead of time how many people are going to be there. She said 5. I'm like, okay. So I grabbed enough tickets for all of us. And then it turned out that there was an extra person in there. I'm like, oh, well, I don't have an extra ticket. So James actually bought his own ticket there with the senior discount.
Mhm.
And we spent the entire day with me, Jennifer, James, and Kelly. And James treated us all to Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant for lunch that day.
Oh, how wonderful! Oh, he was so sweet to do things like that. He really was.
He was the most genuine person. I mean, he was very kind of played it up with his cheapness, but he was very generous with his time and with his bank account for everybody. Because I remember when we were hanging out at over there, he was constantly wanting to buy Kelly stuff.
Yeah.
So he was very generous.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, me, he was the first person we met for the community. Obviously, we've met a lot of other people since then, in person. But yeah, one, I can remember being really kind of tired and, kind of, situation like Mom had mentioned where, was ready to kind of call it in the stream and go do some other stuff. And ended up staying on. And a big jump that we had in subscribers was, we came across paths with, Josh and Jenna there at Galaxy's Edge. And a whole bunch of people, jumped over to our stream and, and subbed and said hello. And, I was just kind of in awe because, the number, the little eyeball that tells you how many people are, roughly how many people are watching. And I just saw that number jump up by a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, well, hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thanks for being here.
They gave us a shout out on that channel.
So kind of them. So kind of them.
We got from that shout out, I think we got over 100 subs.
Yeah. It was so cool of them to do.
Yeah, Josh and Jenna really gave us a nice push there. We went from 200 to about 350. So that we so appreciate, still appreciate them and all.
And it's neat too, there's certain things we have captured on our channel. Obviously you can go other places to look them up too, but it's just cool that we've got it. I think about the old version of the Jungle Cruise, prior to the recent updates, the Jingle Cruise before the recent updates. Also, there's just some neat
stuff.
Before
they took out Trader Sam, the old version.
Yep. Splash Mountain is another one. There's just, like I said, we could go other places and watch that, but it's extra special to have it, where we actually recorded
us
it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's doing it. Absolutely.
Really, really neat. We've done a whole lot of fun stuff and really cool stuff. one of the cool things we've done recently, we were able to have a Disney legend on, which I never
Yes.
never would have believed that we'd ever have a Disney legend on our humble little channel.
Tom
But
Nabby.
yeah,
Nabby
but it was
on.
I mean, we even ended up having dinner with him and his wife, and just had the best time, and it was awesome to pick his brain and hear some of his experiences. I mean, just a treasure trove of knowledge and incredible Disney memories that he was able to share with us.
I mean, the man is walking Disney history, and Janice too. I mean, they met at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So they have had so many. He posted. This is Tom Nabby, guys. You'll know him if you have not watched our interview with him and you're a true Disney fan. By all means, go watch it because it's just unbelievable, and we're still starry-eyed that we were able to interview him. And he's so genuine. He's such a wonderful person, and his lovely wife Janice. But definitely go check that interview out. Tom Nabby, if you follow him on Facebook, and he was recently at Walt Disney World for the 54th anniversary on October 1st, and he was greeting guests like underneath his sign. His all the signs on Main Street, guys, are dedicated to Disney Imagineers. Tom Nabby has a window on Main Street. He has a Disney legend. He has a window on Main Street, USA. Oh my gosh. And he was there. I was this close to jumping on a plane. I wanted to go so badly and see Tom. And he had to tell me several times to call him Tom. It's not Mr. Nabby. It's Tom.
Yeah.
And so I'm honored to be able to do that. But hopefully he'll be at Retro Disney again next year, and I will be there.
Yeah.
I will be there. So that's unbelievable. We never would have met Tom with Tom and Janice without the channel.
Right.
So yeah, it just and Tina, how many people passed him, went by and didn't know who he was. That's the thing. I just he has singular experience with the Disney company, all the way from Disneyland to Walt Disney World to Disneyland Paris. But yeah, that's totally one of the highlights. And I really hope that we get to visit with them again.
I think that'll be great.
I hope we will be so great.
Another thing about this community is all the connections you can make.
Right.
For example, I would have never met one of my best friends if I hadn't been in the community, and that's Emma, Talking Mickey Project.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, absolutely amazing family. I would have never met them if I hadn't joined this community.
Yeah, they are. Talking Disney Project, is another one. But yeah, so many, people in this community who live stream, who have YouTube channels. But, if you check our chats, guys, there, Tina McNeil, Pam's Fam 74, so many people who come in and support our channels, many of our channels, and, have wrenches and, keep our chats family friendly, that don't have channels, but just are always there, solid as a rock.
Yep. Always watching.
Always watching. Oh, absolutely. Well, exactly. That says it all, right? Tina, it's just always watching, always watching like bras. So, it's really, but yeah, you're 100% right. Our interviewing Tom Nabby and then being able to have dinner with him and his wife at California Grill, I'm still starry-eyed. I'm still, like, wow, did we actually do that? Just being able to spend some time with him and talk with him about his life and, what they were able to do for the Disney company. And, they've been married for many years, and Janice is just, right there with him, supporting him. And y'all look up Tom Nabby he's on Instagram, Facebook, and go to tomnabby.com and buy one. If you're a true Disney fan, and we've said this before, I think I've got his book on the shelf over there. I may go get it. If you're a true Disney fan, you need to read Tom's book, because it's just unbelievable. The man started with Disney. He was hired before they could legally put him on the payroll. He officially worked for Disney for 48 years.
Incredible.
But they couldn't count the 2 years when he was a paper boy, because, I mean, he was legal to work, but they couldn't count those. So he worked for the company for over 50 years, unofficially, 48 years officially. Started when he was 12 years old at Disneyland as selling the Disneyland news. So unbelievable. I'm still, awed by him and his mind like a steel trap, his memory like an elephant. And so it's so fun. Please go watch that interview. It's the most special, probably the most special video, that we have as far as, for sure, as far as, Disney history.
We've had some other fun moments, just interesting things happen, on stream. I can remember one time, and I was kind of oblivious. Mom had been in more chats than me. But, Nate, Paige and Mr. Morrow dropped in and commented, and I read names off as people comment a lot of the time. And I think I said, Paige and Mr. Morrow, welcome in, or something like that. And Mom got stroked out, because I was just, he was just another name in the chat at that time to me. And then, I looked his channel up after. I was like, oh, okay, he's kind of a big deal. This would have been back in 2020. So I think at that time he had can't remember, 40,000 subs or something. I mean, he's gone to the moon too. But I mean, he had less, but he still had a lot, especially when we were probably hovering around, we still probably had under 1,000 at that time.
We did. Yeah, we were still. We were still. I was.
So funny.
Yeah, you were in that live stream. Like, oh, and I was trying to be cool. It's like you're fed girl and out.
He's at 323,000 subs.
You ever done that, Brian? You meet somebody. You're like, okay. On the inside, you're saying, okay, gotta be cool.
Oh yeah, I totally did that.
Don't freak out.
I went to a meetup for Sir Willow over at the Anaheim Garden Walk with me and Jennifer. And we ended up talking. I mean, it was kind of a little bit of a bust because there was only about maybe 30 people at the meetup. But I got to talk to him for a while, and we ended up hanging out, having a good old time. We got to talking. We ended up talking a lot after that, and I ended up getting him on one of Kelly's live streams, and it just absolutely surprised the heck out of her. She was like, "Oh my God, Sir Willow?" It's like, it turns out he's a friend of mine. I ended up when I was visiting my dad last year in Springfield. He was George was up in Springfield as well, and my stepmom, my dad, my late granny, we ended up going to Brahms and having dinner with George and Marjorie, his wife. And it's like, I would have never considered him to be a friend until if I hadn't interacted with him through YouTube. And it's like this guy, he's pushing over 30,000. I mean, he's steadily climbing in his subscribers, but he's just a normal, regular old guy.
His channel, I really do. I've heard so much about Sir Willow, and I just never have checked out his channel. I'm making a note here. I definitely.
Oh, for sure. Thanks, Tony. We appreciate it. We agree.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
I have to tell you guys. I met a young lady on a local paratransit van a couple weeks ago, and this is after a men's group, and we got to talking. She was just coming from a game night at a local game shop, and I asked her, "Oh, what do you play?" She says, "Oh, I play Lorcana." I was like, "Really?" I've got a couple friends out in Texas that they're YouTube streamers, and they play Lorcana as well. And I immediately gave them the channel and told her you should check these guys out. And then last Thursday, I ended up going over to the game cafe and hanging out with all these people that were playing Lorcana, and I passed around your channel and Mouse Talk and a couple other channels as well, and got you guys some new subscribers from
Well,
people that
thank
would have
you.
probably never encountered you guys. I mean, it's all networking, you know?
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know,
It
and
is.
it's interesting you bring that up. It's interesting you bring that up because Tom, Nabby mentioned that himself, and we actually saw him, hand out several cards to people, and he said, it's all about networking. So it's really interesting you bring that up, Brian. And also, thank you so much for doing that. That is really that's really cool.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, very, very sweet, very, very sweet. This is okay.
Look at Lucy.
I don't want to sidetrack us here, but have we opened any from the Fabled?
I don't believe so.
Well, this we may
unless you have, I have not.
I don't think.
I take that back. I may have opened one, maybe.
Okay.
I feel like I opened a sleeved booster.
Open one. So a little bit later, guys, we'll go ahead and open that for sure. Oh, Lucy, hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Tony, yes, 100%. The networking, it is about who you know and networking, and you never know who you might see. That's a good, from People Mover. It's absolutely, and as I look back over my life, I think about, jobs that I've gotten, career moves that I've made, different, things that I've done that were the result of a chance meeting, or somebody that I met, that really turned out to be, really a good friend, or, put me onto a really good thing. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. Networking is like a box of chocolates.
You had asked about other, big memories. And one of the craziest ones was we were probably sitting around 400-ish subs. And we're there in line for Flight of Passage. And this this mom and dad and their two kids are kind of looking over at us and stuff. And I think I was wearing my Hitchhiking Bones shirt, which I only have one. And so I think they kind of noticed my shirt. And anyway, the come off the ride, and we ended up meeting them. Like, we kind of said hello from across the way. And they were one of the people that followed us whenever Resort TV 1 shouted us out.
Yeah.
And it was the funniest thing. I think we may have signed their autograph book or something like that.
We did. Oh my gosh.
But they were so excited to meet, their kids were so excited to meet, Disney YouTubers. It was like, and we're so, small fish, big pond, at this point, especially, probably ballpark 400 subs. And, but the kids were thrilled to have met us. It's like, we're not Nate, we're not Paige and Mr. Morrow, we're not, Prince Charming Dev or whatever. He was, one of the big names too. And, it was just so funny because their kids were hoping to, meet Disney YouTubers on their trip. And so we ended up making their trip. And it's just incredibly amusing. It was awesome to meet them, but A, it was awesome to meet them. B, I'm surprised they recognized us, and then C, it was incredible for them to be so excited to meet us.
We were in line, and they were like a couple of rows.
They were kind of across the way. And at this point,
holler at us, the hitchhiking bones, the hitchhiking
uh-huh.
bones. We were like, what? It was so cool. And we were just so honored, I've got, pictures of that. You guys can look back at that on our social media, but they were just precious. And
oh, they were wonderful.
Yeah, we saw it, and it just wow. It's just amazing how that encouraged us. They were such an encouragement to us, and just absolutely precious, because their parents said, oh, they were hoping to meet, some Disney YouTubers, and we were going, okay, we're not real Disney YouTubers, but we'll take it.
Comparatively, we're not
comparatively,
but,
comparatively, yeah.
It was awesome though.
It was precious. Oh my gosh, Brian! Look at you.
Go, Birch.
That's cool. That's great.
Let me do the solo layout. Hold it up.
Yep.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That is so cool.
That's great.
I wore this when I met Walt, Melissa, Charlie, and Stacy over in Florida.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I still have merch.
That is so
I only have two, but
your logo. I love your logo.
It's incredible.
My brother came up with that for me.
That's incredible.
He did a fantastic job because it's really it kind of has all the elements that that you want from a logo. It's really cool. Let's see. Tony says he recalls when meeting his first Disney. Who was it, Tony? Who was it that you first met? So your Tony's asking how you came up with your logo. You said your brother did it for you.
Yeah.
That is cool. Pam said the Blue Fairy says we are real Disney YouTubers. Oh, Pam. Pam, you are so sweet.
The first Disney YouTuber I ended up meeting was Meg, Mickey's Magic Meg. She was out here going to Disney. Out going to Disneyland, and I was like, "Hey, I'm right down the street. I should stop by and say hi." And so I met her, her and her mom outside the park, and chatted for a bit. I showed her some things that she probably didn't realize about since she's a huge Halloween fan. I was showing her some of the things about the Haunted Mansion Holiday. About the first year they had it, they had these sterols.
Yeah.
And she didn't know about it. She was like, surprised. So, I mean, it's fun meeting people that just see on YouTube. It's great.
Right.
It is. It totally, it really is. The first time we were talking about Josh and Jenna from Resort TV1, I actually met them the first time at Disneyland, Brian. That trip, that trip in 2019 that we took, they were there for the opening of Galaxy's Edge, and we were there on the same day, and it was just really cool. We didn't even have a channel at that time. We had.
It was so cool though, because Mom had talked about going on and watching them live stream and watching their videos and everything. And so I wasn't really, a part of the community or, really tuned in at that point. But anyway, it was cool because I'd seen that they were going to be there that day, and they had a live stream, scheduled to do to Galaxy's Edge that day. I was like, okay, Mom and Dad are going to be there too. And sure enough, I go pick up Wesley from preschool, and I get back home and I turn it on. And about the time I turn it on, I see, Mom and Dad and their friends that they were traveling with, like, walk down the stairs right there in front of the Falcon, right in front of them.
We passed.
On the stream. And so it was so funny because, their Mom and Dad go on in, and they kind of lingered a little bit. Josh and Jenna did kind of lingered just a little bit. Mom and Dad were just, ahead of them and their friends. And so it's funny because Mom's going through the line for smugglers to go do the ride. And she waves, she kind of sticks her hands up in the air and waves as she's walking through the line. And then there was like, there was a party in between y'all. And it's funny because y'all ended up talking. I think y'all ended up letting the party pass, but I went in and did a super chat. I was like, "Hey, that's my mom and dad." And anyway, it was really, it was just the coolest, to be able to see them there live, on YouTube, while y'all were there.
It was fun. I had
Fun
I had
fact,
the.
fun
Oh, go
fact, I
ahead,
got to
Mark.
go to a cast preview of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Oh wow,
So I got to see it before it opened.
Oh,
that's awesome.
nice. Yeah.
And
Well,
I
I
got
didn't
to
know that.
fly the Millennium Falcon before it opened to the general public.
Oh,
That
that's
was
amazing.
That's
a
so cool.
blast.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Magical Knot of Hope, Dave is saying Magical Knot of Hope, Give Kids the World Village is an amazing way to meet so many of our YouTube friends as well. That is a really special night, guys. It happens in December, and Magical Knot of Hope benefits Give Kids the World Village, which is a fantastic group in Orlando that is similar to Make a Wish. They have with the funds that they have an amazing place there. With the funds, they use it to bring children who are a lot of them are have cancer diagnoses. They have other things that are going on that all they're do normally is hospitals. And so for that 1 week, they bring them to this amazing place, and they go to Walt Disney World. They stay there with them at Give Kids the World Village, and it's just magical. I mean, it really is an amazing, amazing thing. And Magical Night of Hope is a night where they do a benefit, and all the Disney YouTubers. It was started by Corey Meets World. So that happens in December, and you're 100% right, Dave. And I've met Dave, and I have met, but it's the thing about Magical Night of Hope is there's so many of us there that there's no way for all of us to visit. Dave, I met you, and I don't think we got to talk 5 minutes. I would love to, spend more time with you, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do too, Brian. Most definitely, it's amazing. So, at any rate, yeah, it's just that was that again. Then I started the channel. Okay, so that was in 2019. That was in March of 2019 when a Galaxy's Edge opened, and we met Josh and Jenna. October of 2019 was when I started the channel.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Josh and Jenna the second time I met them. I've seen them a lot. I've run into them a lot in the parks now. And it's really cool because I don't know how they do it, but they know you. They remember all of us. I don't know
I'm very impressed.
how they do it. But I ran into them again that second time at the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party that I went to in 2019. So, yes, so cool. So cool. It's just
for
fun.
your next trip to Walt Disney World, you guys should both volunteer a day at Give Kids the World and document it. Have fun with it.
That would be so special.
It would.
It would be so special. And you're 100% right. We do need to do that. I know people who do, volunteer. And it's just that you get to work with, with those amazing kids and their families. It's very special. It's very special. You guys look up Give Kids the World Village and go to magicalnightofhope.com and check that out. I need to look at fact and see. Tina, have they set a date probably already for Magical Night of Hope? I haven't. That's something I need to make myself a note on that, because we usually promote that on the channel. As soon as they get a date for that, and it's usually the second weekend in December, sometimes the first weekend. So,
Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, that's from from last year.
And
Um,
the cool thing about Give Kids the World is their how they got started was a Make-A-Wish kid was set to
oh,
go to
thanks,
Disney
Jeff.
World, and apparently they could not get accommodation for her, and she ended up passing before the trip.
Mm.
Oh
So
man.
this guy that was Freddie was a manager at a hotel. He heard about this story. And he was like, "Okay, I don't ever want this to happen to another kid." So
Mm.
he managed to get investors together and create this magical place where the kid is like the star for the week. And I do believe that Make a Wish works hand in hand with Give Kids the World to get kids out there for Disney and for Universal and
Hmm.
Florida vacations. It's really the best way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we definitely need to, and anytime there is a Give Kids the World event, a fundraiser of any kind. I know Donna, Dinners with Donna, is so sweet. She always does a fundraiser for them on her channel on her birthday. And I try to always, give because it's such a worthy cause. It's just such uh, a worthy, cause it really is. So,
And as Tina
uh,
was saying, 98% of the money that's donated goes to the mission,
mhm.
which is
Very
really
little overhead.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It really is very, very little. They have almost zero goes to like administrative fees, like a lot of other charities. They keep that to a minimum, but it's really amazing. You guys go and check out. I think Pam shared the live stream from last year. It's really amazing. If you're ready for Christmas, you want a little piece of Christmas, go watch that live stream from last year because that will definitely do it. Uh, so fifth annual Magical Night of Hope is set for 12/12/25 at 6 p.m.
There
So
you go.
there it is, guys.
Easy date to remember there. Um,
Yes.
Other things that you got here listed on things that stand out in your memory from our notes here, Mom.
Well,
You've got trips during the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, the Disney Company's 100th anniversary,
yeah,
Disneyland, Aulani, and Hawaii,
yeah.
Mexico, Galveston, Hot Springs. I did a brief live stream of the World of Color holiday version.
Yes.
A
Yeah.
couple years back, which
Yeah.
was really cool.
That's a fantastic live stream too. Well, it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite shorts that we have on the channel is Haunted
Tina
Mansion
says
Holiday.
12/13.
Yeah.
12/13. There you
There you
go. They give kids a world.
Yeah.
Magical Night of Hope.
Yeah. Let me go ahead, guys. I've got a cake here. I have this is our celebratory cake. Let's see, let me get a solo layout here. This is our cake for this year.
Looks good.
This is our celebratory. This is a nothing but cake, guys. And this is just the confetti. They have lots of really great flavors at Nothing But Cakes. I know that some of you are going to recognize that that name, and because you have those in your states. But Texas has Nothing But Cakes, and they're just delicious. This is a buntlet. They have the full size cakes that you can order, for birthday cakes and what have you. And I decorated this one up a little bit. But let me go ahead, y'all, and blow out the candle. There we go. Light the candle. Okay. So here we go. It's going to be officially our 60 on YouTube. William, who would have thought?
Yeah, I know, right?
Who would have
Crazy.
thought? So there it is. And William, I'll try to save you a piece.
Thanks.
I'll just eat half of it and bring you and Jillian.
Okay.
I was hoping Jillian could come on, actually.
Yeah.
So, okay, there it is. Yeah, we're excited. It's just, even, I look at even that little button. That's one of our channel buttons there, guys, from Stickermule. It's just been tons of fun, just something really special in our lives. So there we go. Yeah. Just so I'll put a picture of this, guys, on Instagram tomorrow. But
congratulations on 6 years
Thank you.
of bringing the magic from Texas to
Thank you.
all of us out here in YouTube land.
Thank you, Brian.
So much. Thank you so much. Foxglove Fairy, I have seen, and I forgot, guys, I forgot to put a fork out.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Oh, Amy, hey.
Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
She made it just in time to see the candle blow out.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate you. We were saying one of the biggest things, guys, when we have all of our Hawaii live streams on a playlist on our channel, so you can check those out. That was such an amazing trip, y'all. We decided to go to Hawaii during COVID because it was so cheap. It was ridiculously cheap. And thank you, Ms. Najuma. We appreciate it. And so we went, and we were able to spend a couple of nights at Aulani. Elena K808, who's one of our great ghost hosts, she and her husband are DVC. So they actually came and stayed at Aulani while we were there to spend some time with us. And she actually, on a live stream, she gives us a tour of the resort, which is so cool. That was, would y'all believe, I don't know, you're not going to believe this, but would you believe I still probably have some footage from that trip that I could turn into a video?
No, I'm not surprised.
Reach back in the archives. I did a lot of it, but I was thinking the other day, I was looking at those pictures again, and I was thinking, I could probably squeeze another vlog out of this.
Yeah.
Just use those pictures and kind of narrate or whatever. But yeah, definitely. That was extremely special. I did several live streams. From there, we did a live stream from Hanoma Bay, and then another live stream from one of the beaches that gets a lot of turtles. And it's really cool because after the sun comes down, the turtles come in and into the beach. So, and then of course our live, a couple of live streams from Aulani. So very, very special. We've been very blessed. We have, a couple of live streams from Mexico. Hopefully Jeff and I'll be able to go back down to Cancun or Cozumel. We're planning to do that this year. We have some things on the docket, that we're planning to do. We were talking, Brian, earlier about maybe us getting to, Jason. Oh,
Jason, thank you.
How sweet.
Very generous of you.
That is so sweet. That is so kind. We really, that is so sweet. We really appreciate that super chat. That's very precious of you. Congratulations on 6 years of streaming ×2. Aw, thank you. That's precious.
That's very kind.
And Jason is one of our channel members on top of that. So
yeah,
we really appreciate you and your lovely wife. We have live streams from Hot Springs. They're the places that we've always enjoyed going. Galveston, Texas. We have several live streams from Galveston. So check out our channel, guys, and enjoy all those. I know that later on in life, hopefully a long time from now, when I'm no longer able to go into the parks, that's how I'm going to go into the parks. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch all of our live streams together. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to do it. So, and hopefully there'll, still be some of our, live streamer friends still going in. So, but yeah, that's very kind of you, Jason. Again, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Did we want to do Lorcana, William?
Sure.
Why do we want to do some Lorcana tonight? And
I don't have any Lorcana. Well, I've got this box here, but it's probably it take me a little bit to go through the box. So I think I'll save that.
Definitely.
I've got this other box of Topps Chrome that I could open up.
Okay, however you want to do, or I could just open up the one, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Guys, this is the newest. This is the newest Fabled. Wait, I'm going to let you go first.
All right, cool. I'm going to open up. So this is Topps Chrome 2025 from this year. You've got Mirabelle, Stitch, and Sully on the outside of the box. This particular box has one exclusive Chicken Little 20th anniversary insert inside every box, and then look for special insert cards celebrating Pluto's 95th birthday. So there's 28 total cards in here, 7 packs of 4. So go ahead and get into this. I haven't pulled anything, particularly notable yet. I've opened one more of these and then the bigger version. I don't know if it may be called Mega Box. But anyway, I haven't pulled anything super crazy and like no autographs or anything like that. I pulled one numbered card of LeFou from Beauty and the Beast. But here's William Turner. I love that the Pirates characters are included too. We have Princess Aurora. Next up, there's a 95th anniversary. There's a Pluto card that I mentioned a minute ago. And then Mowgli, that rounds out the first first pack here. So we got 6 more to go. All right, who's up next? Oh, we've got Sven, Frozen, and Flounder, Little Mermaid. Let's see here. Next up is Peter Pan and Timon. Lion King, obviously. Next pack.
That was a solid pack. I'm really excited. Very excited about that William Turner card.
Yeah, that one's super cool. Mary Lionheart, Zootopia. Got Zootopia 2 coming out here pretty soon. And then also, too, the show opening up Under the Tree of Life here not too long from now. Ernesto de la Cruz.
Oh, this is a different kind of card. This is not Lorcana. This is a different
kind of Rex.
Topps cards.
3 more to go. How about 4 more to go? I would like to get some sort of signature card. Would be cool. I've seen a really cool card that somebody pulled from this set. Well, one of the really fancy things is in this Topps Chrome, for the first time ever, they're putting out Disney characters in baseball uniforms. So apparently that's one of the big chase cards, since that's the first time they've ever done it, putting Disney characters on a card in baseball uniforms. So, and then also too, a really cool card that I saw someone pull was a triple autograph that had each of the 3 Caballeros signatures on it, which I thought was pretty cool. There's a Chicken Little card. It's really
Okay,
funny.
that Chicken Little is kind of obscure. I
Yeah.
like that. That is so cool.
Icons Stitch card
Yeah.
and Daisy Duck. All right, 3 more. Let's see if we can get something really cool. All right, next up, it's a Moonwind.
These are really pretty cards.
Yeah, they're neat. Frozone. We have Lilo.
Well, they're very.
There.
I mean, a lot of them are shiny and holographic.
And Piglet. We got a Lilo to go with our Stitch. 2 more. If we get a numbered card or maybe an auto card, would be really cool. All right. We have Aladdin.
Oh,
Back to Aladdin. We have Ham.
So they have to have a live action in these, which is interesting.
Oh, Emperor's New Groove card. Rudy.
Oh, nice.
Emperor's New Groove. That's pretty funny. Beware the groove.
I love it.
Mr. Incredible. Still with our Frozone. Last pack. Gonna get some last pack magic.
Okay.
Maybe get something cool here. See a Donald Duck card at the back of this to go with our Daisy. Pumbaa.
King Louis.
King Louis. We got here. You got Shan Yu. Mulan. Fancy holographic card and the Donald Duck to close it out. So
nice.
Pretty cool. Again, I've not pulled anything crazy from this set, unfortunately, but they are really fun to open. And the other thing I thought about doing too was taking these with me and getting characters to sign them.
Yes,
and then just giving them out to people, or maybe maybe let the boys keep them. I don't know, but anyway, I just thought these were a lot of fun, and I've had fun opening them. So, all right, Mom.
Well, and even Lorcana cards. We could with Lorcana cards. So so Lorcana is coming up, guys. Brian, you said you play Lorcana, right? So.
I wasn't actually playing it, but I did meet several people who did play, and I passed on the channel information to them. But what's crazy is my best friend Brenda, who works at Disneyland, she got an exclusive Lorcana card from D23. It was the Sorcerer Mickey.
Nice.
And she said that she could still probably get a few more from the Team Center.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to hound her to send me up a couple.
Yeah, those are highly coveted.
Right.
Those,
they did a brief distribution there at Disney California Adventure where they were giving away, I think, a couple of promo cards there in Beast Library, in that area.
At the animation building.
Yeah. And so I don't know if that's still going or if that's stopped, but they were doing it there for a while, and the cards looked really cool that they were giving out.
Fun fact: the very first time I tried the Beast Library over at DCA, the character I ended up getting was Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. So it remains one of my favorite characters. Jiminy Cricket, absolutely. Yeah. When one of the things that I loved about Wishes, which was the fireworks show at Walt Disney World, and also Spectral Magic, the nighttime parade, both of which have been retired, was that Jiminy Cricket was the narrator, and for both of those, and I just there's something, he's probably just behind Walt as my favorite narrator, I guess you would say. I love to hear Jiminy Cricket. So it's just so classic.
Yeah.
It's just so classic. Okay, guys, we've got two. I've got two. Now Fabled, I'm not sure exactly what the release date was on this one. William, do you know?
It's still fairly recent.
Yeah, it's fairly new. So guys, should I open? You've got Max and Goofy, and Powerline. Wow, what a cool, what a cool, and they emphasis on Max and Goofy, and also Minnie in this set. There's Minnie and Mickey. This is Steamboat Mickey. Which one, guys? Goofy? Okay, Pam says Goofy. And, Pam called it earlier too. This particular set showcases classic Mickey and Minnie, and of course features a Goofy movie, which, oh my gosh, I'm all about that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes, that's going to be a very popular. I think this will be a really popular set. This is the first one that I've opened from this set, so I'm fairly excited here. And the pack actually has Steamboat Willie, Mickey as Steamboat Willie on it. So let's get into this. It is my first pack of Fable to open. I know it.
One of the gentlemen that was playing last Thursday was playing with the Fabled pack.
That's cool.
Oh, cool, very cool. Okay, so all right, so let's see what we've got. Okay, first pack, y'all. Let me go to where you guys can see these really well. So our first one here is the Evil Queen.
Nice.
And I wonder if these will have like the dual colors. I don't know, or this Queen of Hearts. So we'll see if we like the artwork on these. So there's the Queen of Hearts. Next up, we have Pegasus, baby Pegasus. Sorry. That one. You guys can see that. And Beast's Mirror. Now, this set we'll have to familiarize ourselves with. William, are you familiar at all? Have you done any reading on this set?
Just a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. There's a new rarity that they dropped in this set.
Oh, really? Okay.
I want to say it's the Iconic, maybe.
One jump ahead. The icon, really?
Yeah.
Iconic. Okay. Wonder how we recognize it. Iconic. Wow, we need to do some homework. I need to do some homework. Oh, check it out.
Awesome. That's cool.
Honey Wizard. I have this in a playmat, y'all.
Yeah.
Honey Wizard. I love it. In my very first pack, I got that, William. How cool is that? And next we have Spin.
Nice.
And then we have Aurelian gyro sensor. And that must be okay.
Yeah, it's Lorcana specific.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Iconics are the chase cards for this set. That's the Mickey and Minnie on the Ferris wheel together.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you would recognize those right off the bat. There is so they added Iconic as a rarity, which is even more rare than Enchanted, which we've only opened one Enchanted in all the cards we've opened. The other rarity that they added in this set is the Epic rarity. So that's kind of that's an in between Enchanted and Legendary. So it's they're kind of throwing people a bone a little bit. To give them a chance to open something really, really cool, but not have to necessarily wait as long.
And just for the record, I did not know that the last two cards I pulled were uncommons.
Mm-hmm.
Another uncommon here with Daisy Duck.
Nice. So we should be getting in the rares here.
Mm-hmm. So, and we have a nice, love this one. My favorite character in the new Disney Villains. The new Disney Villains show at Hollywood Studios as most misunderstood Captain Hook. Captain Hook. Captain Hook, y'all, and for those of you who have seen the villain show, he is, oh my gosh, he's great. I'll just say he's great.
Captain Hook was only trying to rescue those kids from Peter Pan, the real villain.
Right. So we have Shinzi, and this one. Okay, this one, guys. What is that? A super rare?
Yep, that's a super rare.
Super rare. There was Shinzi and the Jade. That's really that's a neat card. It really is in the super rare. And then I have in the last slot I have
nice.
A rare.
Hollow rare Anna.
That's beautiful. That's just a beautiful card.
Yeah.
Oh, shiny.
Mm-hmm. Hollow rare. So
that's good. The rare or uncommon or whatever.
And then the puzzle piece.
Cool.
Whatever that looks like, it might be what, Captain Hook, maybe, or I don't know.
That looks like Captain Hook.
That's the puzzle piece. We'll see. Pam, by the symbol on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, we tell it like that. This little symbol on the bottom here, see, that's a rare. That's the symbol for rare. And then let me find.
A circle will be in common. Or circle's common, rather.
Yeah, it's like this, just a circle. Yeah. Like that is going to be a common. That's a common symbol.
And every pack has a certain number of common, uncommon, and then the rare slots.
The even queen is common. She should be uncommon at the very least.
This is an uncommon.
Yeah.
There's an uncommon symbol. So you look at the bottom there on that little symbol to see what type. Sure, no problem. To see what type of card you got. Okay, so not a bad pack for my first one. I love that I got that I got this Winnie the Pooh Honey Wizard.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that because I don't think I have this card. You have this card.
Yeah, I do.
I pulled this card before in which set?
I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Which set? But I'm so excited about that, y'all. Really. So okay, cool. We'll have to do a little research and find out a little bit more about this. About Fabled, and they always introduce just a little something new with each set that they release. That there's always something.
Yeah. There's I think a future set. I'm about to say, well, Pixar is coming in the next year or so. I can't remember. I don't know if it's 2026, but they've already teased Toy Story will probably be one of the first ones there when Pixar joins the fray. And then Gargoyles is coming up here pretty soon. I think it's Whispers in the Well. I think Gargoyles is being added. So.
Cool. I loved that show.
Yeah. Okay. Gargoyles. I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen this.
It's it's a TV, Disney animation, a TV show.
It only lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it was the tale of a group of Scottish gargoyles who were frozen in stone until their castle rose above the clouds. And then that castle was brought brick by brick all the way to Manhattan by this billionaire. And once the castle was completed on top of this building that was above the clouds, these ancient gargoyles awoke in New York City, in modern day New York City. And they did a really good job of building the characters of each of the individual gargoyles.
Okay.
It was a really good cartoon. Very well animated.
So we think it's on Disney Plus?
Oh, it is on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out. And Amy said there was a movie too, but well, I'll definitely have to check that out.
They show up in the next. Yeah, they show up in the next set. So the next set is called Whispers in the Well. Pre-release date for local card shops will be November 7th. And then the big box store release date is November 14th. So that's the next set. That's I get in
November. There's always
about a month away
because there's always a release right around my birthday. So
yeah,
I do love that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. Some good pulls here, especially that super rare Anna there in that last slot. And really pretty. The Honey Wizard, really excited about that. I love that Captain Hook card. So some fun pulls. Maybe Pegasus.
So really Gargoyles and Zootopia, I think are kind of more heavily featured in this next set. Obviously trying to go with a little bit of brand synergy there, with Zootopia 2 on its way.
Yeah. I hope, I really hope, we should all, send some positive pixie dust thoughts so that Zootopia 2 is not a flop. I want this to be good so badly because I love Zootopia. And I really, really want Zootopia 2 to be good.
Yeah, agreed. The other thing too, November's a big month for Zootopia fans because the official opening date for Zootopia Better Together there at Animal Kingdom is November 7th. So you have November 7th, which is also the day, pre-release day of Whispers in the Well. So November 7th, big day for Zootopia people. So there's a Lorcana release that day, and then the Better Together show at Animal Kingdom. And then later that month, Zootopia 2 comes out, I think the 26th, I believe. The 26th. So November, big month for Zootopia folks.
Right, Tina. Well, and I totally lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Better Together replaces, of course, It's Tough to Be a Bug, which is the show that's underneath the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. RIP, It's Tough to Be a Bug. I love that show. I thought it was absolutely great. And RIP, one of the best animatronics Disney had on property, Hopper. But I really hope this is a good show. I truly hope that that this is going to be a good one. The AP previews are already set. There are going to be a couple of days of AP previews. I don't have those dates written down, but if you're an annual pass holder, by all means, check that out if you want to get a quick look at that before everybody else goes to see it. I'm hoping it will be a fitting replacement for It's Tough to Be a Bug, because I loved It's Tough to Be a Bug. I thought it was precious.
Yeah, I did too. I hope there's still some sort of gag to mess with people, like the chairs.
Yeah, that was part of the fun. Brian, you've done It's Tough to Be a Bug, right?
Yes, they had it over at DCA with an opening day attraction there.
Okay.
And yes, that show still gets me in the back with the wasp stings and all that.
Yes, my favorite was at the end where it said, everyone please stay in your seats while all the beetles, maggots, and something else exit. And then you feel that, it's like, people, you feel that, in your chair, and people start screaming and jumping up. It's really cute.
And of course, you have the lighted bugs crossing over your lap too.
Yes. I have, guys, the last day, the very last day of that show, It's Tough to Be a Bug, was my first day of one of my trips, and I have a live stream of It's Tough to Be a Bug on my channel. Now, guys, drum roll please, because we have our YouTube community. The Godfather is in the house, so let's bring him on, guys. Here is the amazing, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Pete McDevitt.
None of the above. I'll just go by Pete. How about that? Hello.
It is so good to see
Thanks for
you.
jumping in, Pete.
You all as well. Congratulations on 6 years. I think
Thank
it's hard to
you.
believe. 6
Not
years.
really, right?
Um,
Oh my goodness.
I think back to when I first started talking with Josh, and he and I were talking about this not that long ago. It's coming up on 10 or 11 years that I've known them. And it's like, where did this time go?
Right.
Of course, part of it, we were all in a blip, part of
Yeah.
it. And the other part,
Yeah.
I was taking a nap for a while. So,
Oh, Pete.
so it's a little bit of that. So, but
Yeah.
congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. The whole blip was, I mean, we started our YouTube channel just before the blip. So, I mean, that kind of our Disney YouTube family, we kind of sustained each other through that because it was like we didn't have anything else to do. So,
Right.
when one of us would stop streaming, somebody else would would pick it up, and so it really kind of sustained us through that. It gave us that connection with each other.
We needed that. Everybody was locked in their homes. If they didn't have that, they might have gone crazy.
Right.
We did. It's true, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete, you always have a ton of stuff going on. You have, oh man, your Disney interview series has been fantastic. You just
Thank you.
recently interviewed Brian Hull, who is Texan, native
Texan
Texan
through and through. Yes, he is.
And William and I remember watching him. William sent me that first viral clip that he did and just put out there. And he's always said it wasn't even his best work that went viral and caused him to be such a sensation. It really changed his life. Is one that William sent to me, and I must have watched that. I don't know. I don't know how many times I watched that clip. It was so good. There's no way that was not going to go viral.
34 million views on that video now, I think.
Yes.
Crazy.
It was the cusp of where he started, and now he's been hired by Disney and doing Dracula, and I think there'll be more to come for him.
I guarantee it.
He's the perfect person to replace some of those ones as they retire. And that series has been exceptional. Hey, don't cover me up with Tina.
I know. Sorry. I immediately took it.
But that whole series has been.
There you go.
Oh, okay. That whole series has been. I was just doing it because it's Tina, because it's
fun
to mess with the principal. That whole series with Jen that we do together, the dialogue series, has been, for me, it's such a blessing, because it's something that I always wanted to do, is to interview people that bring the magic that you don't think about when you go to the park and you're getting on People Mover, or you're getting the Dole Whip, or you're watching the fireworks. You're not thinking about these people that are the Imagineers that helped build it and create it, that are the Imagineers in all of the studios and the home and in movies, or this artist series has been spectacular. I love the Festival of the Arts. I think one of the first times I met you was during that time frame when we were down there, Dawn, for the festival. I think it was. I love the Festival of the Arts, and with these, I'm always shell shocked at what people can visualize in their head, and then what comes out of their hands, and what they can do. And
it's amazing.
It's amazing. So we've interviewed like 18 artists now, all of them Disney fine art artists. We've interviewed authors like the author who wrote Roger Rabbit, which is, Roger's up there on the shelf behind me. He's one of my favorite. He's my favorite one. So to interview Gary Wolfe, it's been awesome. And there's so much.
It's been wonderful, Pete.
There's so much more to come. We're actually getting people reaching out to us now. And the funny thing about it, Dawn, is
awesome.
you got to take a step back when you start talking to these people, because you hear their name come up. Like perfect example is the guy we're doing tomorrow night, this Rick Farmelo. So when it was brought to me, they're like, "Do you want to interview Rick Farmelo?" I'm like, I have no idea if I want to. I don't know. And then when you dig into it, and you start, Jen says it all the time, you start peeling this onion. And I'm talking to this guy, when you see him, he looks like he's the guy from the 60s that was hanging at the beach with his surfboard. What's up, dude? That type of thing. Okay. And then I start peeling the onion, and he's like, oh yeah, well, I did animation on Tom and Jerry cartoons. Oh yeah, well, I did animation on Hanna-Barbera with like the Flintstones and that. And then he's like, well, yeah, I did this movie. People loved them. It was The Simpsons. I'm like going crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what did you do for Disney? And he's like, well, I mean, they were good movies. I thought. He's very, very laid back. And he goes, so I have characters that I did on Aladdin. And I'm going, okay, I love Aladdin. And then he's like, and Little Mermaid. And I'm like, what character? And he told me what character he animated. He goes, yeah, then they put me on Beauty and the Beast. And I did. And I'm like, oh my Lord. So, it's what this series is doing is, like I said, it's bringing the magic out for ones we don't know, which is pretty cool. And I love that.
Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic so far. It's called Disney Dialogues, guys. It's on Pete's channel, the Pete McDevitt Show. So by all means, check that out.
It's selected nights too. There's no schedule with it because we are literally working with the people. Like we just announced 2 days ago, Jillian Cicero, who worked directly under Joe Rohde.
Wow.
And he touched everything.
There's a name we know. There's a name we know, babe.
Trust me, he knows Rohde very well. They work together on the whole Tokyo and everything over there. He's worked over here. He is incredibly well respected. We just interviewed Bob Weiss, who was a senior vice president.
I bought the book, Darren, which it's funny. I had it in my Amazon cart before, and then I was like, "Oh shoot, Pete's interviewing Bob Weiss." And I'm texting Bob. I ended up buying the book during the stream. I finally got grades in yesterday, so I got a little more free time on my hands. I'm looking to get into the book now.
It's a great book.
I'm excited.
But for them, when I told Bob that I texted him and said, "Hey, I just locked down Jillian Cicero for Jen and I." He sent me back was spectacular. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
So I hope it brings some magic to everybody at home and does what Jen and I are trying to do, which is celebrate. You love going and getting on a ride. I say it all the time, but somebody thought of that ride. Somebody drew a storyboard of that ride. Somebody built that ride. Have you guys seen Bob Gurley? I know you guys had a great interview with Tom Nabby not that long ago, which was awesome. I saw Bob Gurr the other day on a video, and he's been sick, and
I know
he's feeling better, but you can really see where he's aged. And the sad part of that is there's not a lot of people left that have that direct connection to Walt. Him and Margaret Carey, who was Tinkerbell, is still out there. There's a couple of them, but we're slowly losing that. And my goal through what we're doing is all of us, like what you did with Tom Nabby and what we're doing over on Dialogues, is that to preserve that history for years down the road, that somebody can watch it and think, okay, well, what is this about? I'd love to get the chance for us to sit down and interview Bob, but I've reached out to him and he has a booking fee now. And I get it because when he was, think about it, when he was working, he wasn't making six figures for Walt Disney, like some of these Imagineers are now. So, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, it's true. That's so true, Pete. We've talked a little bit about, one of our most fond memories, obviously, is the most recent, the interview that we did with Tom Nabby. And, the thing about that was, I had thought about interviewing him the first time was aware of Tom was when Corey interviewed him several years ago. I think it was actually during the whole blip thing. And, I thought to myself, man, it would be really great to be able to interview him, but I just never did follow up on it. And just, recently, obviously I thought, okay, all they can do is say, no, I don't have time, or I don't, I'm not interested, so you got to ask, you got to, it's like you said, you've talked to, to Bob Gurr, because it's so important, especially with these folks who have that direct connection to Walt.
Yeah.
History wise, it's so very important for us to preserve that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I salute what you're doing with that Disney Dialogues.
I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of the show. Having Jen there with me to be able to give a female perspective is great. Like when you and Will did it, having a female perspective is great there. And you guys have the mother-son thing. We have, she's one of my best friends, and to have that chemistry where we can do that and create a flowing storyline like you guys did with Tom. It makes a big difference, because the guests end up at the end of the show telling you, hey, I want to come back. And then, or I love, we've had a couple of the people tell us this is one of the best interviews I've ever done, which is great.
That's awesome.
And then it leads to other things. Like when we interviewed recently Martha Blanding, who you guys know from Disneyland. I mean, she's a Disney legend. She worked there for 50 years. She made strides in breaking the color barrier in the work STEM with that. And I mean, that's history right there. So much in it. They reached out to Jen and I and said, hey, we just saw your Bob Gurr interview or your Bob Weiss interview, and it was fantastic. Would you like to interview Martha? I'm like, yes, I would. Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's awesome.
And I'm going to try to do something this year coming up that actually it wasn't my idea. It was Jen's idea more than mine. Is I'm going to try to go down to some of these seminars that they're having down there with Disney, people of Disney influence, and start and give up a couple days at the park and go to these and try to meet some people, because I have the confidence in myself. And if I can get in front of them, I feel pretty close that I can get them to where they'll sit down with Jen and I. So,
right.
And, we're going to go down together or meet down there at the park, not go together, but we're going to meet down there for the Festival of the Arts, and we're going to go together to talk to some of the artists that we want to go. 'Cause she wants to get Dotson is over in where Frozen is. I forget his first name. Tom Dotson, I think.
Maybe Tom. That may be right. Sounds right. Yeah.
His last name is Dotson. He's an amazing artist. His color and his shading is unreal. But there's a bunch of them down there that I'd like to get to, and I know if we can both get in front of them, then we'll be able to get it. Hopefully, we'll see.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Because we were talking about the importance.
Is it Larry Dotson?
Larry Dotson. Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Google.
Jen, I'd be getting beat up right now.
We were talking a little bit, earlier about the importance of networking and, how, you never know what doors are going to open for you, when you meet this person or that person. Tom Nabby, when we were privileged to have dinner with him and his wife, Janice, at California Grill,
awesome.
He's a master networker. He has he's a charming person. He's very captivating. He has a good sense of humor. And of course, so many people who were there knew who he was. And so there were a lot of starry-eyed, fans in the room that night at California Grill. It was utterly awesome. It was such
I think a lot of those guys in that Imagineering system figured that out, because I think, a lot of there's many of the artists that are the same way, where their network that they've built over time of the people they know, it is unreal. We are close to getting things lined up with Tony Baxter to be on with us.
And really,
we've got 5 or 6 people working to try to get it together. I kind of said the other day, I kind of felt bad for Tony, because I think he's heard, hey, are you going to do that Disney Dialogues on the Pete McDevitt show from like 8 different people? So, but yeah.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure. So we're working on that. I mean, we're working on other Imagineers. We're working on other authors. We just, people that want to bring the magic. I mean, the whole thing with Brian Hall came out of nowhere. That was not even a plan. I just happened to be in the park and I wasn't even with them. I was in the park with Preston for the Halloween party. And I was sitting up by the Emporium, and all of a sudden I hear my name being yelled from the hub. And I look over, and it's Nick's parent, Magical News Live, Nick. His parents, Greg and Alyssa, who own Mickey Blog and Mickey Travels. Mickey Travels and everything. And they were waving me down. And I've known them about, as long as I've known you guys, 5-6 years. And they're good people. And I always respected and took care of Nick, and they've always treated me good. Greg's actually in my Survivor football league. And he called me over and was giving me grief about that. And then we were just talking Disney, and, we were just sitting there talking for a minute. He's like, do you know Brian Hall? And I'm like, what? I said, say it again. And he's like, Brian Hall, guy does all the voices. I was like, yeah, I'm well aware of Brian Hall. What about him? He goes, yeah, he's back waiting for me in the back by Astro Orbit. I'm like, he's here? And I'm like, would you kindly introduce me? Because I wanted to be respectful, because he's there to work and do stuff with them. And he took me back, and I got in front of him, and we sat and talked for 20 minutes. And before I left, he was like, I'd love to do the show with you and your partner.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You just don't know when that's going to happen, and we just keep plugging along. So
and that's super cool. And that's how you can really tell that you're doing a quality job. In that
that's
there's a guy that I watch who does a lot of wrestling interviews, and his name's Chris Van Vliet. It's CVV.
I know.
And he he's been in the game for a long time now, but now he's got people, wanting to come on and do a show with him, versus having to go out and source those. People are saying, hey, I want to be on your show. And that's how you can kind of tell, real tipping point starts to pay off is, other people been doing it. I want in. So
do you watch Kill Tony?
I've heard of him, but no, I haven't.
3 million followers or something he's got over there. He does a lot of wrestling stuff and wrestling talk and stuff.
I've seen, I think probably on X or something like that. I've seen, the name floating around there.
Well, my daughters came flying in the room a little bit ago, and she goes, Dad, you're not gonna believe this, because my daughter Kayla, my eldest, watches Kill Tony with her boyfriend all the time. That's their show. And one of the guys on there, my brother, his name is Dan McDevitt. He goes by Corporal Punishment in the wrestling industry, and he's worked with and done a lot of stuff with WWE and ECW and all through the years. But they brought up my name as one of the guys who was on there. Was like, I was trained by Van Hammer and Dan McDevitt. And my daughters came right here. Dad, they're talking about Uncle Dan. I'm like, okay.
That's epic. That's super cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So
that is great.
I want to thank you guys for voting, getting your votes in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, of course, it's important.
It really is. It's it's to pay it forward. I try to tell everybody when I'm sending them notes, because I know everybody's got a busy life and job and their Disney and all the other things that pull. But I said, hey, remember, if you will, for 30 seconds, how it felt when thank you, Tina. That's very nice of you. Remember how it felt for you when you heard your name said by people in the community that it matters, and think about what you can do for the next people that, are going to do that. So I really appreciate you guys getting them in. We've got, I don't know, over 100 plus votes in already. Everybody still has the end of the month, but we're really excited about that. This next class of what we're calling Disney Beginnings. When you watch the show in November, I think people are going to be blown away, because we've really pulled out some good stuff for this one. We're excited.
That's exciting.
So,
well, we're looking forward to Pete. We were talking a little earlier, about some of our, looking back and some of our most fond memories of the last 6 years, and that was one of the things, obviously, that was at the top of the list, was that we were in the Marvel class. We are Strange, appropriately enough. We're Doctor Strange, number 86 and 87. So Yeah, we're Doctor Strange. So it's special, and it was a good brainchild. Pete,
It
you
was.
brought a lot of joy to a lot of
Yeah.
folks.
First off, Pam, just to acknowledge you, Pam, if you want to send me a message with another email, or if you send me a direct message, I can send you the link so you can go in and vote. It's a Google Doc. So once you get the link, you can go in and vote. It's very simple. Jen,
Yeah, click,
Monorail Molly did that.
click.
Click,
Yeah.
go. That's all Monorail Molly. I was doing it by emails and writing things down and putting it in here, and she came in and said, "No, we can make this." And I like it.
Streamline it.
Well, she made it simplified, but she also helped me in the fact of when everybody votes, they get an email saying, "We received your votes. Your votes are in." Okay, which is great because
Yes.
it's a series of checks and balances. Nobody can just go in and put votes in, because if somebody puts votes in under somebody's email, it's like if somebody else voted under Hitchhiking Bones, you guys would get an email and you'd be sending it to me saying, "Wait a minute, I didn't send this in."
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a system of checks and balances to read through everything. But the whole thing started as a joke. That's the greatest thing about it. Something so beautiful started out as something. It wasn't that way. It was very simply, it was Steve from Steve's World was at home in Indiana doing a show about his favorite Muppets. And I was about to be interviewed by Meg, Mickey's Magic, who we don't see her as much anymore, but hope she's doing well. And she was about to interview me, and we were backstage, and I literally said to her, I said, "This is great. Steve is all his Muppets." I said, "We should give everybody a Muppet in the community as a character to go with them." And she yells out, "Oh yeah, Shep can be Gonzo." I was like, "No, that's like saying he's got a big nose. That's not going to work." I literally said that. I was like, "No, we're not doing that." And then it just evolved over like a 2-week period of me talking to people into, hey, well, let's do something to recognize people for the good that they bring, for their integrity that they bring, for being a great creator, for volunteering their time as a moderator, for all these things. And now, we've got 280 some people inducted. There's only 20 some a year. And we still got this. Tommy Corner Sports and his lovely wife, Claudia, still sponsor it. Thank God bless them. Because there is a cost. I mean, you get those custom buttons that we have made. It's not cheap, and then mailing out is not cheap. It's about it's a $500 event every time we do it.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's really cool, and I like seeing the fact that we've had people tell me, "Oh, when I was inducted, I lost myself and cried for a little bit."
Yeah.
I mean, I remember we've had people that say they were at the parks when they heard and they started crying. And
I can remember the picture and maybe even video of Chris Dadbuilds being there. He was there. I think maybe Epcot, but I remember seeing his reactions. Like, man, it's I was just super pumped. So excited.
Oh yeah.
It's all the good. Okay, so I say this all the time. People are being put in for good attributes. For what they're about, and their peers are picking these attributes. And it's funny how it's gone in time. It's not like, it's taken time for some of these bigger creators to get in. Pam says, "I did cry when it was." So some of the bigger creators like an Adam the Woo and people like that still are waiting to get in because people wanted to recognize others in the community first that were bringing smiles to them, that were a part of making their life happy. And that's a beautiful thing. And it continues to do every time we do a class, it continues to be a mix of, wow, okay, these are superb creators. Wow, these are people that are somewhat brand new, but they're bringing a lot of magic and people love them. Wow, here's people that these are just moderators. That's all they do. And they come into chats and do stuff, but they're going in with somebody who's got 10,000 followers. So it's a nice balance.
Yeah.
It's already where I've already seen the votes that are in now. There's only 4 eyes that can see the votes right now that are on my committee. I have an oversight committee. I have it for a reason. One person should not have all the power. And even though I'm kind of whatever you want to call it, president or whatever of it, or whatever you want to call me, because I'm
the
not
Godfather.
Well, I made myself not allowed to be voted in.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't be making decisions for the betterment, decisions that I bring to the oversight committee and say, hey, here's an issue. What do we do? Hey, here's
Right.
this. Hey, here's this. If I'm the one in, because then I'm not,
Right.
I'm doing it for if and
Makes sense.
when
Makes
it comes
sense.
to an end, and it will at some point where it will run its course of everything. I mean, it's been going now for 4 years. When it hits that point, if the overall consensus of the people in there feel that I deserve to be in there as part of it, maybe then it'll happen. But until then, we'll continue to keep trying to find the magic. But it's very important that everyone votes, because votes that go undone are opportunities for people. And I'll give a quick story. And I won't use any names because I don't want to say it, which really upsets me, because Pete should be in. Well, thank you. In time. We had a persons that I felt should have been in for quite some time. Okay. We had them. They still are not in. They're on the voting forms this time. They were 2 votes away from being one of the last ones to go in the last class. I had 6 Hall of Famers who did not vote, who complained to me about, man, what kind of stinks. And like, people like blank and blank should be in there and they're not. And I said, you know what's funny about that? You blank clown. Had you have voted, that person
They would have
been.
made it.
But since
Yeah.
you didn't vote, one of the people you're complaining about is still sitting on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So that's why the votes are important every time.
Yes.
So
Yeah, they count. They count. This is and it is important because it does, Pete, it's like Pam, Pam said earlier that, she cried when she was inducted. Pam is Flick, and she's number 28. And it is important, especially for, the smaller channels, people like Pam who are so precious to, to come in and moderate for, for all of us and, to be there and, and to take, our moderators, many of them who don't have channels, take their jobs, if you will, as moderators very seriously, to protect our channels, to keep them family friendly. They do so much, and it's a way to, really to recognize their work as well for being there.
Absolutely.
Time after time after time, you look down and you see, the names in the chat, and, guys, as creators, that means so much to us. It just means so much to us to just, see you there. You're not invisible. You are seen and appreciated.
It's a great thing. We haven't had a class yet where I said, well, this person's not deserving, or why is this person? Have not had one yet. Every class we've had, I said, yep, I can see it all the way through. And then I've also looked at the group over here that are not in yet, saying, wow, here's a list of all these that could easily be in. But when you only have 20 some now that we're doing a year, there's only going to be that mix. And, it's just going to take time for it all to happen. But I hope that over time, all these people get in and get recognized for who they are and what they are, and realize that it's people in the community acknowledging, for what they do. So, Pam, I did just get your email, by the way. I'll get that out to you tonight before I go to bed. The character tie-in too. I mean, the custom buttons. I mean, Triple P started it.
Yeah, yes.
So Triple P started it. Did an amazing job. Then Chris came in behind him. Did an amazing job. And there's all ones to be liked and loved for different reasons. And now KDY has come in. We're grateful to Chris for his time. We've moved on. He's decided to move on from doing this, and we understand, and we wish him the best, and we thanked him for what he did.
Passing the baton, as it were.
Passing the baton, and Katie has come in, and I will tell you, she did when Chris took over, and from Triple P, I said, yep, Chris just kept it right there, right going, right along. And then Katie came in this time, and when you guys see it, the concept came, and I'll talk to more about this in November. The concept came and came up, and Katie just took it and ran with it. The concept is fantastic. The concept, when I tell the story in November, wasn't one that was on my radar. I didn't even think about it. I had a member of the committee.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. I had a member of the committee say, "Hey, what about doing this?" And then somebody else said, "Well, we could add this." And then we came up with the name, and it just really came together. And it's spectacular. It's just as good as the other 9 before it. So I can't wait.
You're really piquing my interest here. I'm very curious at this point, Pete.
Look at look when you get a chance. Look at the thumbnail for November and December. It gives you a little. I give a little bit of a teaser there. There may be an Easter egg in there. There may be an Easter egg in there.
Okay, so, you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. So the buttons are already done. I have them in a locked container over there, simply because, as my son put it, Dad, I'm locking this up because you'll pull it out and show somebody. That's so it's locked up over there, and only maybe 5 people have seen the final concept button. But it's gonna be another great night, and it's gonna continue the tradition and honor those before of Triple P and Chris and what they did, and Katie Wise coming in, and Nick from Nick and Claire is doing the video work this time for me. He wanted to jump in and do it. So that's the other thing I love. Every time that we started this, people have donated their artistic creativity and their time to this program. Triple P started it with all the stuff he was doing, making the first buttons and all, and then Chris came in behind and doing the same. And now, Nick and Katie and the committee that we have, that oversight committee, everybody's putting in a bunch of time to try to make this as wonderful it can be. And there's some good things to come. So I love that.
Oh, yeah. So that's exciting.
Look forward to it, Pete, and also plug your second channel. Just a little bit. Your sports channel.
The second channel is just the Deuce. It's all basketball, basically. A little bit of hockey here and there, just to mess with Will, but a little bit of hockey here and there. I'm more excited with the fact that we've got the Triple C show on the main channel, which is the girls have just for me to turn that over to 4 women on the channel, and they have just taken it and crushed it. I mean, when you've got 100 episodes of a interview segmented show like that, it's pretty special. So they're crushing it. They're booked up all the way into February of next year.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And we were very honored to be interviewed on their first 100 shows, and submitted the video clip congratulating them when they celebrated that 100th show. It was very special. Thank you for including us. We appreciate it.
So through that, and we're doing Disney Dialogues. We've really branded the shows well. Dialogues is Sunday night and Wednesday night with me. Sunday night is more about just acknowledging what's going on with community stuff, and trying to help other people do stuff. And we recognize 5 new channels a week of, hey, here's somebody you can go check out. And they're not all small channels. Nice. Dawn, I've been surprised. Jen helps me with that part and finding these channels, because somehow the algorithm, it just comes to her with all these new things
That's
to
cool.
watch. And we found channels with 100,000 followers that we didn't even know they existed.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Like, this is crazy.
Wow.
How is it possible? So we're sharing.
It's the algorithm, Pete. It's that algorithm.
I sat one time. Everybody loves Tim Tracker. Mostly 97.5% people love him and 2% don't. But I sat with Tim. This was a couple years ago. It's like 4 years ago. We were down in Magic Kingdom, and it was me and him and 2 other people. We were sitting there just chatting. And I looked at Tim and I said, in the picture of Disney, you're small potatoes. And his jaw dropped. He said, what? He said, what? And he had like 700,000 followers at the time. And I said, hear me out. I said, I didn't have a channel at the time. I said, I've got no followers right now. Why can't I have 3,000? I said, Resort TV 1 was at like 40,000 then. I said, why can't they be 1 million followers? I said, Tim, you're at 700,000. Why can't you be 5 million? I said, there are hundreds of millions of people in the world that love Disney. Of that, there's tens to hundreds of millions that watch some form of social media nowadays.
It's true.
Why? I said, why can't we all work together to push everything out as much as we can? And then the cream goes to the top. Whoever's the best at what they do will take off more than others who are not. And you know, and he and I talked about that again. I don't know. Was it last year at the Christmas party? I saw him and Jen still trying to get them on as a guest. They've promised me they're going to do my show. We'll see. They don't do a lot of interviews. They don't like to do a lot of interviews, but they've promised me at some point they're going to give in. But they still, he said to me, you're right. He said, you know, now they're up, you know, over the 1 million mark and doing their thing. And, but there's so many people out there that we can all, you know, do it. So that's why I do this thing of, I'm trying to build the community through growth, through attrition and positivity of bringing these people in. And we have a lot of them that are staying on the channel and are meeting. You know, when we first started doing this years ago, I remember there was 5 or 6 people that went live from the park. It was like Magical News Live went on a Monday and Prince Charming Dev went on a Tuesday and Josh was on a Friday. And I think there was,
and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. And then there was, you know, there was a couple bloggers, like it was like Nate and Jackie and, you know, a couple that were starting and a few other ones that, and then you had the, as I call the educational people like Lou Mangello, and you had, you had Disney Food Blog, and, you know, you had those that there, it wasn't a lot. My God, now you can go, I this is no word of a lie. I follow almost 600 channels on YouTube that are Disney.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Just to try to keep up with everything that I try to do with the different things of recognition. And I'm still not even hitting them all. But we can build through meeting all these new people. There's a lot of nice people that I've met that, you know, when I first met you down there, Dawn, to me, and I met Will in Star Wars Land and met you over in Toy Story Land. To me, that was a huge win because you were people that were influential in my journey of starting this whole thing. I loved your name the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, that's ingenious. It's ingenious. Why didn't I think of that? You know, so it was my honor to meet you guys. And from what I've learned from meeting people like you guys is
likewise. Absolutely.
I'm meeting all these other people now, and they all have a great story. And not, you know, every now and then I get a clown. But you know, for the most part, it's been good. You know, I told we were doing a charity thing down there back in what was it? June or July. We were down there in the parks, and I just said to everybody, hey, I'm going to be at Magic Kingdom streaming this day, and I'm trying to raise money. If you want to stop by and say hello, come on in and I'll highlight your channel, because that's what I do. And all of a sudden, I look up. We're standing at the balance of Tron, and I'm sitting there. And somebody says to me, I forget who it was, goes, you might not want to turn around. I'm like, why? They're like, the whole entrance to Tron is blocked with people that are here. Hang out. And I turn around and I'm like, there were people coming from everywhere. And it was the greatest thing for excitement for what I believe in and what I'm trying to do is, and that there's so much good that Jesus Christ has given us and in our lives, and so many beautiful people out there that we can get to know. And here we had 40 some people there. So we're doing another one in December now. I'm actually going to Walt's because Mouse Talk is doing one down there in November.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, November 7th. It's November 8th.
Okay.
Keep doing one. Are you down there in November?
I'm working on it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's that first Christmas party weekend. Walt's doing one. He's doing a Walt Mouse Talk meetup over at the Springs, and I'm going to go to it I'm taking Preston. As long as he gets donuts, as he told me he'll go. So it's always a contingency now. When they turn 18, they want to make deals with you. But we're going to go to his. But then we're going to do one December 13th, and which is the morning of Night of Hope. One of the things that a lot of people said to me last year that they loved Night of Hope, but you didn't really get a chance to talk to people as much because once you got in the building, you were sitting down, they were playing, they are fantastic, and then you're out the door, you're leaving. So
I just said that earlier in the stream.
Did you? Yep, there you go.
Same I said the
So-
same thing, but
Yeah.
I said Magical Night of Hope is we're all there and it's fantastic. But there's so many of us. There's no way that we can get around to.
You can't
I
get
mean,
around.
I met Dave Stragan. I'm so fond of Dave. I
Good
met
man.
him for like 5 minutes. You know,
Yep.
and
Well, we're going to do a meetup from 11 to 1 over at the Springs, the morning of Night of Hope. We will be out of there at 12:30 or 1. So anybody that's going to do the VIP thing can get there. That's important to me. There's nothing, while my meetup is important, it's nowhere near as important as Night of Hope and supporting Give Kids the World and Corey and the whole entire team. So we're gonna have some fun. I've already got like 30. I'm going to be there. I can't wait. And it's veterans like the Carusos and people like that. And it's brand new people like Theme Park Giant and Brittany Lurie and all these people. So, Dave says, look, I'm planning to do the meetup. Preston is 18. Preston is in his first year of college. He is pitching in college. He's got a job and a car. And it's our relationship. Disney has kept it together. Like for you guys, mother and son, I love it that you guys go down there, and you have your family and, the extension for Dawn and your husband. This Disney thing has been great for me and the kids because all three of my kids still love to go. Father's Day, when I was down there, Amber showed up out of nowhere and surprised me and hung out with me for Father's Day weekend. And this time, these next 2 trips, I'll be going with Preston down there. And we'll be going to, doing our meetup and doing the 2 parties, which I know we'll get to see. Everybody and their mom goes to the first, all the creator wise.
Right.
Yes.
Everybody's running to get the video out first. So we'll get to see everybody there and do our thing, which that to me is more fun than the parties themselves. And then in December, I'm going, we're coming down there for the meetup, and Jen and Monterey Molly and her mom's kind of come in and been part of the community, and everybody's loved meeting her and Casey. We're all, and I think Debbie's going to find us Burnfield while we're down there. We're going to go to a candlelight processional, and we're going to see Disney at Christmas time. And then we're going to see a bunch of our friends, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. So hopefully I'll see you at either Mouse Talks, or if you guys can sneak down. Are you going to Night of Hope this year? Were you planning?
Well, I wasn't planning on it. It's so close to Christmas, but it's with my whole family and coming at Christmas. Well, William and Jillian are going to be in the parks for Christmas this year, or
nice.
that week.
Yeah.
So
Are you going to be streaming?
Probably not. I gotta wrangle a 6-year-old, soon to be 7-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So probably not.
Bit.
I might be able to split off for a little bit, or maybe I'll wake up before everybody and maybe do an Animal Kingdom stream or something. But it helps that. So we're going along with Jillian's parents.
Nice.
So Jillian's mom actually got an AP, and so her dad is the only person that doesn't have one. That's going. So anyway, if I can sneak one in, I'll probably try to sneak one in. But other than that, I gotta wrangle my boys.
I get that. Been there, done that. I get that. I wouldn't be streaming if I had little kids going around, and I mean, of course, with this whole thing, that who I am now, is made Disney totally different for me, but it's also Disney that's helped to get me through this. I couldn't imagine not having the people I have in my close circle of trust now to do this whole thing, and then the extended circle of trust with all the people that I've met and become friends with, and you do. I enjoy Disney differently now, and it's kind of fun. Had I the shot that I do for HEA is in a disability section where you can't get in there unless you have a disability issue, and everybody loves that shot with the. I have that get behind that fountain with the colors changing and everything, and stuff like that. So, I look forward to it. I'm ready to go down. I need to get a little bit of Liberty Tree in me. I need to get some cheer.
Right.
I need to go over there and get those spring rolls over the spring roll cart. I blame Monorail Molly on this one. She got me hooked on those things. Those cheeseburger ones with that sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they keep going. They've just about priced me out on. I mean, I love them, but Pete, they're what,
everything.
$10 for 2 or something.
we
That,
covered
what is that? Like what is that? $2 a bite?
$2 a bite, something like that. So
$1 bite?
on the Friday night show, news and merch show, which I think we're looking to move that show. It's been at 9:00 on Fridays. We may be going earlier because we actually did a show early. I did a show at 6:00 the other night because I had baseball and I wanted to do baseball still. And we moved the show earlier, and we had a lot more people come in that we hadn't seen in a while who all said, "Hey, we're coming in because wow, it's earlier. I can see it."
Yeah.
But we covered all the stuff that they were going up with, guys, and I mean, I was actually mentally drained at the end of it because it was every facet. It was parking, it was the prices to get in, it was annual passes, it was food prices in, it was snack prices in. You know, what a bottle of Coke was going up to whatever, I don't know what it was. And then it was looking at your lightning lanes and how they were jumping. It was every facet of everything with the park where you could spend $1. It was going up. Everywhere.
So one thing I told Jillian, I said that probably, headed into this next year with that in mind, I know, Disney Food Blog was kind of revolutionary in that they highlighted, things to eat, places to eat, best ways to use your credits. I told Jillian, I said, really, now's the best time to put out videos, how to save money on a trip.
Save money. Absolutely it is. That's how you're, there's certain things that are going to catch people right now. And that is definitely one. Did you guys hear that tragedy that happened today down there?
Jillian told me about it. Just terrible.
Wow. Yeah. I was shy. I had 5 people send it to me while I was doing the baseball game. And, God, I did a whole thing. I did a whole show on suicide. I did a whole show on it because, there was a moment when I laid in that hospital bed where I did contemplate it for about 3 hours. I knew what I had to do in there. I knew all I had to do was take this one stick out, where I need to put at it. And by the time they would have got to me, I probably could have bled out. I knew that, because of being around it. But I contemplated it because life was so bad. Because I came out of this not knowing what I was going to be or who I was going to be. And then, God has a way of working in your life. He always tries to give you an out or some help or some ways to do it. So I was lucky that I had people I talked to, and then people in this community like, Myers and the Mouse, who was influential, Josh, Resort TV1, who was influential, Steve and the this and that guys at that time were very influential and wanted to talk and help. And Kelly and I talked almost every day for like almost a year to try to bring me to where I was at. And when I did that video, I reminded everybody that no matter what that stressor is in your life, doesn't matter what it is, it's never so bad, that you have to find the one thing that is finite. And the one thing we have in life that's finite is death.
Yeah.
Once we're gone, that's pretty much it. I could tell you when I went into my coma, I didn't see any light calling me to heaven or anything like that. For me, when I went into the coma, I just went to sleep and I felt like I woke up the next day, which was kind of crazy. But, there's always people out there. It's such a shame that someone felt that at the happiest place on earth. Maybe that was it. Maybe they felt that Disney was the only thing that gave them happiness, and that's where it is. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out more when they figure it out. But if you're out there and you're going through trouble, whether it's the smallest thing or the biggest thing, whether it's professionals, whether there's friends, whether there's family, whether it's church and praying, there's always a good way to figure it back out, and
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer in that. It's tough. I can't imagine, as I was sitting reading the articles that were sent to me, I was more devastated in the fact of any of these kids that might have been down there while this was all going on, and their parents had to explain something like that to them. That's where my heart goes, and that's actually where I sat and prayed for a few minutes about that and just asked for relief in that. So it's tough. I'm still trying to figure out. I want to go look at things because they said they jumped from the top of the top down to the tracks, and I'm trying to remember. I thought all the stuff for over that was over the left side.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got up on the right side to be able to jump down onto the tracks. So that's kind of, they must have climbed up somewhere where somebody didn't know or something. Oh, yeah,
They just weren't spotted by cast members, which is unusual because they're trained to watch
Well,
for
not only
pretty
that,
much anything.
cameras everywhere.
Right. Right.
Yes.
I mean, they can know when you sneeze and coming out of Haunted Mansion.
Yes,
so
it's
many,
true.
So it's like they landed on the patio, so there's not So well, that's understandable coming from the balcony side. Okay. Well, hey, like I said, if you're having trouble, call me. I'll put you in touch with somebody.
Absolutely.
That's what I did. I did that a little bit for work with the military, and it's tough. So they close the monorail due to the proximity of the scene. Okay, Dave, thank you. That's great feedback, Dave. I hadn't got that yet.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
I got to get ready to go, but I just want to say for
Oh
you
yeah,
guys,
go ahead, Pete.
for you guys, I love what you've been doing in these 6 years. You've always been welcoming. You've always treated your guests, and by that I mean not only people here like me, but people in your chat with respect and love. I love the fact that you can see the love and the relationship between a mom and a son, and we can use that in the world today, where people need to see that those great relationships can breed great success. Will's had great success, and I think that a lot of that has to do with a testament to you. And we have so many great moms in this community. I've talked to several of them. Some of them may be in here listening or Ninja listening. I've talked to a lot of them through time. I think a mom is one of the toughest jobs to do, because I always say, the dad just has to show up for 5 minutes of the initial process, and then the mom has to do all the labor work and all the other stuff, and then deal with everything. So I think the moms have the tougher job. So I applaud you for what you did. Your content is great. I love the fact that you guys did a great job with Tom Nabby and handled that exceptionally well. And you babysit Tina McNeil all the time. So all those things that you do are fantastic.
Well, thank you, Pete. Yes, it's monumental. Tina's definitely our greatest challenge, but
I can already hear her now. Oh, damn, Pete. No. That's my Tina McNeil.
Probably so. Not bad. Yeah.
Get with her. I want to see you guys doing some more streams at the park. I had so much fun when you guys streamed at the park together. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, we love to. We absolutely love. We love to do it. It's just fun. It's like William has said. It's what we would be doing in the parks anyway. So we might as well turn on might as well carry a gimbal. We would be doing the same things, and it helps us connect with everybody. All of our sweet friends that we've come to know over the past 6 years. And Pete, I'll tell you, you're coming in tonight. I knew you were, said you were going to try to make it. I know you're just stay busy all the time with all the great content that you put out, but it means the world to us that you decided to come in for a little while tonight. And your encouragement means the world to us. So
thank you for the invite. And as my reward for it, the next time I'm in Disney, I want to go and play a game called Have You Met Tina with Tina McNeil, where I walk around the park and just randomly introduce her to people. That game would be spectacular. I play that with Baker all the time, and he gets so mad. I'll just go through it. I'll be like, excuse me, ma'am. He thinks your dress looks very nice. Have you met Chris? And then I drive away.
Oh my goodness.
The problem with Baker, though, is he'll just start a conversation with people.
He'll
just stay there for an hour. But I do love playing that game. So, but thank you so much for having me. It's been my honor to come over here. I can't wait to come back in 6 more years where you're talking Baker's dozen, dozen to a baker's dozen of magic with the Hitchhiking Bones. We'll just make sure you're following the Nashville Predators. Gotta go. See y'all.
There you go. Thanks, Pete. We love you. Good night.
Thanks, Pete. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Pete for dropping in.
Amazing. Pete McDevitt, y'all. Just blowing in and blowing out and just, giving us all the encouragement and inspiration that he always does. Pete's a special person.
So, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Just, and I was going to say, William, we don't have a whole lot of subs for doing this for 6 years. I mean, and I look at it sometimes, and we all get discouraged and we kind of get burned out. It's very easy as a YouTuber to get burned out because we're always thinking about, sometimes we drive ourselves a little too hard, and but then just when I get kind of well, is it really worth it? And I have to reevaluate why we started the channel before, in the first place. And then somebody like Pete comes on, and Brian and all of you lovely people in the chat, and just gives us that, shot in the arm and says, hey, what you're doing is important, Mike 88 NYC, one of our amazing channel members, you are so encouraging to us and so inspirational to us. And we love you, buddy. We appreciate all of you, but thank you so much again, Pete, for coming in. He's, y'all check out the Pete McDevitt show. Pete is really an incredible person.
Oh yeah.
And his content is worth your time. So, we just appreciate Pete. It's the, there's a reason Kelly, started calling him the godfather of our community, because he's such a cheerleader for all of us. And, he has shouted us out so many times and encouraged us and, made time to come in tonight. It means so much to us. So,
absolutely.
Let's see. The Pete McDevitt show, if somebody would drop his link there for us on YouTube. He's on all the social media.
While somebody's grabbing that, I want to recognize our moderators. These are just wonderful people that we've had the true privilege and honor of getting to know through this community. People that we've come to be really really good, really close friends with, and we are so incredibly thankful that you guys hang out with us and help keep our chat family friendly, and just getting to hang out in the Ghost Host moderator chat also. We can't thank you enough. Thank you, Amy of AJC Magic TV, Elena K808, aloha to Elena, Danny of Griswold Family Vacay, Jeff and Angela of Diz Our Dream, John Fujita, Daniel of Diz Infinity, Dave Stragan, Ed and Heather of Texas Takes, Pam's Fam, 74 here in the chat, Candy Mom, Kay Wilby, Candy Mom being Cynthia, Kay Wilby, Mike Wheeler, Tina McNeil, Jeanette of Sebastian the Crab, Kenneth H., Dean the Turkey Legster, my Aunt Susan, who we name dropped, thank for along with Aunt Joy watching her videos, my brother Steven, and then our honorary Ghost Host moderator James Ryan, who passed away a couple years ago. Again, we talked about James earlier in the stream. He was the first person we met in real life. Me and Jillian met him in real life. The first person from the community that we had the privilege of meeting, and are and incredibly thankful to have had that opportunity. And we love and miss him.
Is a blessing.
Yeah,
and
we love and miss him.
His social media page is still active, and he is still on our list as a channel mod. And so we're gonna keep him on as a channel mod, because he was such a joy, and we appreciate. Oh, Stacy, hey. Thanks, Stacy. It is. Yeah. This is totally where the cool kids hang out. Wait, you missed Pete, Stacy. Oh my gosh, you missed Pete. I'm sorry, I didn't mean I interrupted. I think.
Oh no, I think let's see, and then we name dropped you just a second ago, Stacy, walking through and thanking our moderators. So thanks for dropping in on us. but yeah, also too, thank you to our our Ghost Host moderators, and then also to our channel members, those that have decided, out of the goodness of their hearts to help support our channel and cover some of the expense of running our channel. We appreciate y'all as well, and all of our subs. If you just subbed to us earlier today or last week, welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subbing to us. We've just had the best time over the last 6 years. I've come through. Both of us have faced tough personal times. During those 6 years, and having this to look forward to every Tuesday night, has helped make a difference. Legitimately, to have this to look forward to of, there are some days it's like, man, I had a rough day. I don't know if I can go on tonight. And then I end up going live, and, I'm excited to see everybody here. We have a great time talking Disney news. And by the time the show's over, I'm feeling better about just life in general. So I can't thank all of you enough, for your support and your encouragement. It really does mean the world to us.
It does. That's very true. That's very true. Gosh, you guys know how much we appreciate you, and it's good to see you all in the chat tonight. Hope you enjoyed Pete being on. I know it's always a treat when he takes time out of his busy schedule. Y'all, Pete live streams all the time. I don't know if
my goodness.
Sleeps. Turns out amazing content. I've told him many times, watching football games and what have you, I just mute the game and listen to his commentary on YouTube, because he's so good at it. But we love Pete. He has just encouraged us so much and given us tips, and just he's such a cheerleader for our whole community, large channels and small channels alike. So by all means, check out his channel, and you will be glad that you did. Guys, there's some pretty deep. Now, next week, we're going to talk about a lot of the news that especially the price increases. Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Yikes indeed.
Yikes indeed.
Disney is going up on pretty much everything, as Pete explained earlier. We're going to try to dive into that some next week. It may be an extended show. You may have to pack a lunch because there's so much of it. But we're gonna try to look at that next week, and some other news going on. But for right now, there are a lot of deep discounts. Especially cruising, that kind of thing in the park. If you're planning a Disney trip, these waters get harder to navigate by the minute almost with Disney. So by all means, check the description of this video. You will find my daughter-in-law Jillian's information. She is a Mickey Travels travel agent. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. It's just water, folks. It's just water. But check out her information. Give her a call. She is really good at what she does. She knows Disney inside and out. It is her business to plan your Disney vacation for you, and Disney builds in her commission into your travel package, whether you use a travel agent or not. So you might as well, put her to work, use her services. She loves what she does. She's really good at it. So by all means, her contact information is in the description of the video. So by all means, take advantage of her services. I'm going tomorrow, guys, to see the new Tron Ares movie. I'm really excited about it. I've seen a lot of good stuff. What have you seen online for that, William?
I've not seen anything, which isn't great. Even negative something, but I've not. And granted, this was the weekend that I had to work really hard to get grades submitted, on Monday, but to meet that deadline. So I've not been on the internet very much.
Okay.
So
I've seen a lot of positive comments.
okay, well, that's
on
good.
it.
I did hear that of
Yeah.
Jared Leto's releases that this was the lowest box office, number. So maybe if the word gets out, maybe it'll pick up.
Yeah.
That's happened with a few different movies recently where word of mouth got around and
That's
people,
true.
all right, let me go check
And
that
they
out.
started going. Yeah.
Hopefully that'll happen here too. So,
yeah. Well, I'm excited about going to see it, and then, maybe William, you can get to see it, and we can put our heads together and do a review.
That would be fun.
Go live and do a review on it. I'm really excited about this. We'll cover a little bit of history on the Tron movies. There's some really, really cool history. Bruce Boxleitner, guys, is not is coming back. Bruce is coming back, and somebody who else is
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Bridges. I said Bruce Boxleitner. Jeff Bridges is coming back to reprise his role, and I'm really excited about Jared Leto. Jared Leto is getting some really, really good. That's who people are talking about, is how good a job he does with. I can't wait to see this movie, Tron Ares. So we'll do that, as soon as we can, and go see it. I'm really looking forward to this one. So going to do that tomorrow. My newest vlogs, guys, I put out a video. A friend of mine, actually, this is a little different content that I normally do, but a friend of mine gave me a monarch butterfly in a cocoon in the chrysalis form. And she basically is, our resident butterfly expert and has taught it at the high school level and also at the college level. Science that she loves butterflies. So my butterfly, you can check the video on our channel to see what happened. It's just an amazing process. I can't tell you how much we enjoyed watching, that process and then what happened. So y'all be sure to check out that video. It's new on our channel. And also, I pulled, from the archives, I pulled what do you guys do on your travel day? Travel day videos are something that I enjoy watching. And, and I thought, well, I have this, this older, footage that I did for one of my travel days, and where I landed at MCO and went to Disney Springs, checked in at my resort, went to Disney Springs. And so you guys can check that out. I had dinner at Chef Art Smith's homecoming, and then I saved myself for dessert and got some of those great Gideon's bakehouse cookies. So y'all check that out as well. And if you're looking for some Boo to You, not long ago, I put out a vlog from Jeff's first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. It was in 2023, and it's a lot of fun. It's a longer video, guys, because we have a great set from the Cadaver Dans. We've got the fireworks and the entire Boo to You parade. So by all means, check that one out. It's tons of fun, and I had a lot of fun making that one. But kind of settle in and pop some popcorn and watch that one. It really is a fun video. So all that is pretty much new on the channel, and
good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for this Saturday, but I'll come up with something good. So
sounds good. You want me to go ahead and go into other announcements?
Please do.
All right. Thanks so much. We said thank you earlier to our Ghost Host moderators. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to everybody, all of our subs. Whether anybody, if you can tune in, even if you're just here for a minute, make sure to say hi. So we can thank you for being here. Or if you watch after, I think Dave has been really good about commenting on videos recently. So big shout out to Dave for doing that. But yeah, if you're on Team Replay and watching a video after it posts, make sure to drop a comment. Let us know that you're here so we can thank you properly for being here. Big shout out to Dean from the liveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family friendly live streams. Check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire and the liveplace.com, or at the liveplace.com, and then also the Live Place YouTube. Check out TubeBuddy if you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel. Check out TubeBuddy. It gives a really helpful, it's a great tool. Lots of ways it can help you out viewing trends, suggested keywords for titles and tags, and it helps you track channel data that will help you grow your channel. Basic version's free if you have under 1,000 subs. I think it's still discounted, so use our link. We both get a free month. Speaking of free, check out if you're interested in good quality, low cost promotional items, buttons, stickers, magnets, pins, keychains like Mom has there. If you're interested in any of that, check out Stickermule. Use our link in the description below on this video. We both get a $10 credit for a future order. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party sold out for the season. Yep. There's a handful of dates left, but it's sold out for this year. Festival of the Holidays coming up November 29th through December 30th. The Candlelight Processional. I think those packages started to go on sale today. I think the 60-day window still exists.
Okay.
The one that I want to see is Brendan Fraser, and he does it while we're there. So I would love to have the opportunity to go to the Candlelight Processional with Brendan Fraser.
That would be amazing. You've never been to a Candlelight Processional?
I've never been.
Well, see, I went last year with Tina, and I saw Gary Sinise.
Yeah, and this is awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, it worked out perfectly. So I would love for you to be able to go this year. So we'll see.
But yeah, so we're looking ahead. May end up getting the dining package related to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you should if you can. Yeah, if you can, you absolutely should.
There's one other. So we get there, and I think I'm trying to remember who else it is, but of the two, I was like, yeah, I definitely want Brendan Fraser. Let me see here. Just trying to bring up the list. Bring up the list here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I made a note. We need to check
December.
that. Great. Yeah, it's great.
All right. So at the beginning of our trip, scroll down here. Let's see. Come on, keep loading. Oh, it's Gary Sinise at the beginning of our trip, but later in the trip, it's Brendan Fraser. So we could have Gary Sinise, which I'm not opposed to, but you already had Gary Sinise last year. So I remember Jillian. Now I remember our conversation. Jillian and I talked about it. It was like,
okay.
Mom had Gary Sinise last year. It'd be cool for us to have somebody different. And I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, who is it? What are our other options? It's looks like, so while we're there, Gary Sinise, which I think his second day, I think is our first day there. Okay. First full day, or what? Actually, no, that'll probably be a decent amount of travel days. So we'll probably be exhausted anyway. But we'll have some time to rest up. And then Brendan Fraser is December 20th through 22nd. And then Luis Fonsi is December 23rd, 24th. So some pretty interesting names, some new names this year.
A couple.
But anyway, we'll see. I would love to get a dining package booked. That way we're, don't have to sweat our seats. So.
That's true. And that would be the way to do it. It really would. If you really want to get, close enough to live stream. It'd be great. It's amazing. I think the reason Disney continues to do the Candlelight Processional year after year is because A, it is so popular, and B, it is so poignant. Yeah. It is really with Gary Sinise, I'm a huge Gary Sinise fan. Not just because of his acting, but the work that he does for his charity with military veterans.
Yeah.
And it just is, it just touches your heart.
Yeah.
Christmas is so special. It so touches your heart. The singing is amazing. It's very inspirational. So, yeah,
you're right.
definitely.
Yeah, Henry Linkler also, Fonzie and Fonzie.
Oh.
I should assume I'm saying that right.
Dave.
Oh
my goodness. So Dave, Pete may have talked me into trying to go back for Magical Night of Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my pass expires like 3 or 4 days after that. So my annual pass. So,
right.
But
anyway, we go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watch the replay. And again, we know everybody's busy, but if you drop in, just say hello real quick. I know it's tough sometimes, to drop in and say hi. As everybody says hello back and everything. It's like, oh, let me go and hit that symbol. I'm always on my phone. I'm always on my phone, not on a computer. So I have to actually, type everybody's name in and get the, if there's punctuation and then spaces, like trying to get it right. Anyway, just drop in and say hi. We understand if you can't hang around and talk with us the whole time. But remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already, so you get notifications when we post new videos or go live. If you want to reach out to us directly, you can send us a direct message on Instagram. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So, anything else, Mom?
I can't think of a thing. We just passed the 3-hour mark.
So. Yes, we did.
So we need to let you find people go, but again,
especially all on the East Coast. My goodness, it's been a while since we got past midnight Central. So
it totally has. So if you're still hanging in there with us, we really appreciate you. Thanks, a big thanks to Jason Thibodeau for that super chat.
That's very generous of you.
So kind. We appreciate it. A wonderful 3-hour tour. Jason.
Right.
Thank you. Absolutely. I went late.
You got a minute and a half.
We went late waiting on Stacy. Stacy, come on in, girl. Hope you and Ray are doing okay. We need to catch up. But at any rate, I think that's it. Y'all, Stacy, did you see my cake? Did you see our celebratory little celebratory cake here when I blew out the candle? I'm looking forward to. I forgot the fork. I don't have a fork. I gotta go get a fork for this. But anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll put a picture of this up on our social media tomorrow. But it's been fun. It's been a great 6 years, and we love you guys. We have enjoyed it. We have some great content, huge scrapbook, video scrapbook for our family. That's what I think of. A very scary cake. Absolutely. John and Nancy. It's good to see you guys. I think Pete was talking when y'all came in earlier.
It was.
But at any rate.
I didn't thank everybody for being here.
Let
me do a roll call real quick.
Let's
see here. Let's scroll up. As always, I enjoyed it, Susan. Appreciate y'all's support. Thanks for watching. Mandy Adams, Brian Eisenhart, T. McNeil, Dawn the Hitchhiking Bones, also on screen, obviously. Najuma Brown, Pam's Fam 74, Jeffrey Bone, shout out to Dad. Foxglove Fairy, newer name to our chat. Thanks for being here, Foxglove Fairy. Jason Thibodeau, again, thank you so much. Very generous of you with the super chat. We really appreciate it. Dave Stragan, Tony O'Tower, Lucy Grace 56, Amy of AJC Magic TV, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Jane and Travels, April Etheridge, and Stacy Rogers, and Pete McDevitt Show. I need to write Pete down here. He was on screen, and then also big shout out to Brian Eisenhart as well for being on screen.
Yes, Brian had to cut out. I know. Yeah. Brian gave up on us. He went to bed. He's got more sense than we do. He went to bed. So. But for all of
special thanks to Brian and Pete for showing up and hanging out with us on stream.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Mom?
I can't think of anything, hun. We again check out our latest vlogs. We've got a lot of them, and they're a lot of fun. And have a great week, you know, everybody. And you know, as Pete says, you know, go do something kind for somebody. Be the reason somebody smiles.
Yeah.
And you know, let's all you know, contribute positively to our world, because that's what Walt did. And, you know, we have all of his encouragement and all of the magic that he brought us. So be the magic for somebody. Let's pass that along. And as, you know, as Christians, William and I try to do that, you know, as much as possible. So thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Happy 6 years to us, William. It's been a total pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for you not thinking I was totally crazy when I suggested that we start a YouTube
Thanks
channel.
for inviting me along and also carrying the torch for the channel. You know, so, you know, I mean, pretty much anything of value we've accomplished has been thanks in large part to you. So, you know, huge shout out to Mom for, you know, really carrying the torch and getting her name out there, and you know, big shout out to Mom for carrying the channel on her shoulders.
Really, Tina? Oh my goodness! Thank you, hon. But seriously, it's been a ton of fun. We've got all this fantastic content. I mean, at some point, I hope Wyatt can step in and know, and carry the mantle.
Yeah.
You know, to you know, keep hitchhiking. You know, keep the bones hitchhiking for generations. But it's been a ton of fun, and I appreciate, because I know a lot of times, honey, you work full time, you know, more than full time, and you make the time to come in anyway. And you know, I appreciate it, because it's really been a phenomenal journey. Yeah, it really has. And God has blessed us with so many friends, and we, you know, we appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you, hun, and all that, you know, all that that we've been able to do together. It's really been it's been phenomenal. So it's
been a lot of fun. Lord willing, lots more fun to have. So lots more friends to make, and you know, continuing to build relationships with people. And thank you so much to everybody. We really do appreciate it. It means the world to us. It really does.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
So, in celebration of 6 years on YouTube, we will leave you with this. At the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please hurry back.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks so much. We appreciate you. Good night, and have a great, great week.
See you real soon.